I've been live for a while because I'm watching the intro right now.
No, now we're
What do you
live.
mean? We're live.
Now we're live? Oh, Lord. Oh, dear Lord. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Xbox International. I am your host, the crazy one, the sexy, fat version of Henry Campbell, Crazy Louis. What's up, everybody? How is the chat doing today? I hope everybody has had a good, awesome day and is happy to come and see us all here. So, yes, today, guys, we have an awesome, beautiful guest. Her name is Vanessa Villalobos. And let's start out with her. Vanessa, how are you doing today? Tell us about yourself and tell us what you've been playing lately. Hello?
I think so.
I'm totally on mute. You know, you
Yeah.
gotta start off right.
Yeah, she's learning from Crazy already.
Yeah.
You know, double mute. Hi everyone. I'm Vanessa Villalobos. I am coworker to this guy, this fine gentleman over here. What am I playing right now? Probably everything. The one that everyone else is playing. Some Elden Ring right now. It's kind of kicking my ass. I had to make a second character already because I already messed up my first one. So, yeah. Avid gamer. I play everything, and I'm also a voice actor. We can get into that later.
Ooh.
Okay. Voice actor.
So here's my thing, right? I applaud you that you're playing Elden Ring because Sourblowed down here just like walks away.
Yep.
Like
I
walks
am
away.
playing it.
We text him. We're like, "Hey, are you playing?" He's like, "Oh no, I'm playing. I'm playing Barbie's Racehorse Adventure." And I'm like, "Okay, can you play Elden Ring?" I'm playing Paw Patrol right now. That's all he says.
That is not true.
You know, can't shame on whatever other people like to play. It wasn't Peppa Pig like Game of the Year or something.
It was. I'm glad you recognize that.
I play Peppa Pig.
We know you do. We know you do crazy.
What do you mean y'all know I do play? Hey,
You-
you play
you
Yu-Gi-Oh!
know
What are
you
talking
know you
about?
love those muddy. You play it too, man. So don't try to shame him.
What? I don't
You play Yu-Gi-Oh too.
He's
What do you
watching.
think?
He's
Every
watching
time,
the
hey,
show.
hey.
He's watching the show. Which
I'm watching the show because it's his fault. Because he started talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! And I found it on Netflix. I said, let me watch this, and I'm hooked up to that thing.
Okay,
Gosh.
so why you shaming him when you're the one that's also you're beyond. You went beyond.
Yeah,
like
you
you
went
went
beyond.
into the meta. You went into the
What
meta of this
what
thing.
am I beyond? I wanted to understand what the heck is this all about Yu-Gi-Oh! And this card stuff that kids like, and so I just started watching it. So yeah,
Kids.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
kids.
There you go,
Yeah,
kids.
exactly.
Yeah.
I actually got hooked on Yu-Gi-Oh again recently as well. I've been playing Master Duel. That was the other thing. Taking my
Ooh.
time.
Yeah, I'm
Oh.
playing it. Okay, we have to duel one day.
Well, we'll connect. We'll connect. Yeah.
Uh-oh. Who's gonna
Oh,
win?
I'm not.
though?
I'm not great.
I'll bet you 100 pesos. Sour Blow will win. I've got my money right here. Put it on the table right now. It's 100 pesos for Sour Blow. I got my money down since Sour Blow knows how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! A lot, and now he's master at Yu-Gi-Oh!
Now I
Aren't
would
you? You
lose.
like-
I would lose on purpose.
Oh man, what you gotta say that though,
No, no, no,
man? No.
I'll come to collect.
No, I will not give him that. You know what he's doing? He's saying that because he doesn't want to be shamed the fact that he would
Yeah,
actually lose.
exactly.
Oh,
We know that. We know that.
He's lining things up so that way when
We
he
know
loses,
he's
he's
a
like, I meant
terrible.
to do that.
We know he's a terrible
Yeah.
driver.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Because
I
his
admit that.
drivatar, his
admit that.
drivatar is
That I
actually
admit.
banned.
I admit
His
that.
drivatar is actually banned. So
True.
so we know he's a terrible driver, and now he's trying to be like, oh, well, I'm gonna let you win. No, you don't do that, Salvo.
Oh man. So now let's introduce. Oh wait, is it introduced? No. So now, Mr. Joanna Dark, how are you doing today? What have you been playing lately, brother?
I'm doing good, Crazy. Are you
Yes.
okay, man? Too many showers?
He's having a stroke.
Nah, man, it's just been a crazy week. It's been a busy week, so I'm trying to get my energy back because remember last week we had the whole cattle market. I had to drive down there, traffic on the motorcycle to get in that whole cattle market fair, deal with the cows, talk with clients, all that stuff. Yeah, so I'm still trying to recover my energy, so I'm doing okay. I'm just a bit tired, but I'm good.
Yeah.
So yeah, what you been playing, Mr. Jonadar? Come on, let's go.
Yeah,
Let's go.
I've been good. Been busy with life as always, but I've been able to get some gaming, and I'm playing this game right here, a nice little code was provided by Microsoft, Ghostwire Tokyo, and
Yeah.
I am loving this game. I am playing Elden Ring, but I love to kind of break up, my gaming a little bit, even though Elden Ring's amazing. And Ghostwire Tokyo just has me. I love it. It's very Japanese in the sense of like in how it gives you Japanese horror from the enemies. And the best way to describe it, because it starts off really weird, is part Fatal Frame, if you ever played Fatal Frame, where you are the protagonist, and then all of a sudden, when you're kind of looking around the scenery, the ghost pops up or the enemies pop up. So it has that Fatal Frame. Then, of course, it has a lot of Evil Within elements with the psychological horror and everything. And it also has Dying Light elements, where, of course, you're running in this vast, open world of Shibuya, and you're literally kind of traversing through some of your powers, up the rooftops and going like I'm literally collecting. But what I love about the game is that as you're kind of discovering this world, you're getting kind of like the urban legend and lore of the actual, what's happening. And I made it right now to like the kind of like the middle part, the real good part where it's really getting, like juicy and you're
Climax.
kind of learning more. And it also is a little bit of Doctor Strange with all those hand movements and everything. I'm just like, ripping out people's cores and everything. And what I did in the meantime also is that they put out like a prequel, which is like 30 minutes. It's like a visual novel. And now that I played it and I completed it, it gives you more context. And now some of the characters that I've met really make more sense. But yeah, I'm loving it. It looks gorgeous on PC. I think I'm probably going to finish it by the end of this week. And I'm probably going to head back to Elden Ring. But I also have to give some love to Tiny Tina. I kind of did it to myself by throwing in some backlogs. I said, okay, Tiny Tina, I wasn't going to play Ghostwire. And all of a sudden, here's a code for Ghostwire. And then, you know what I did? I followed that carrot stick and then I was playing.
Yeah, but the good thing is Ghostwire isn't that long though. It's like a 15 to 20 hour game, so you can.
I don't know yet. I'm doing everything. I'm talking about a lot of side missions, which are pretty cool.
That's what I'm saying, like,
Because, you meet yokai. Like I was talking to a cat and this cat was selling me cool stuff. Then I met like this other cat in this other thing, and I can actually like they give me these special powers. You can enhance like your wind, fire. I have a bow and arrow, so I meet all these kind of strange mythical creatures. I kind of felt like I was in Monster Hunter as well when I was talking to some of these palicos or something. I was just like, oh, cool.
oh, but it's not as long as Elden Ring, man. I mean, I have already how many hours? I think I have 73 hours. I'm level 105, and there's still a bunch to explore.
Ghostwire Tokyo, I thought it was more of an action game. Is it more like horror based on the things that you kind of compared it to?
So it is action, and it kind of balances in between, right? You're in this vast part of Shibuya, and something happened. The people vanished. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to tell you much of the story. And you play as the main character called Akito, and you literally have these powers that allows you to fight these ghosts. And that's what I'm gonna leave it at because I feel that the more I give, the more I'm giving away. But I like I said, I highly recommend it. It's a really good game, and just I'm excited to find more and kind of continue to learn more about the world of the Shibuya and what happened to the people.
Cool, that's cool. So, Silent Cypher, how are you doing, brother? And what have you been playing today? Come on.
You're crazy. I'm doing great, man. I ended up getting some Forza Horizon 5 in last Friday with a bunch of our favorite folks.
Yep.
Dutch and all those guys in there. So that was a lot of fun. That's been the first time recently that I've actually gotten to sit down and play Forza again for a few weeks now. So I've been kind of like itching to get back in, do some racing.
There's more games beyond Forza, right?
I do.
There was a new update this 29. Wasn't it 29 March 29th, right?
Was there?
Yes, there was.
Okay, so it'll be ready for Forza Friday coming up. So that'll be perfect.
Or is it next? I think it's next month. Crazy.
No, it's this month. Forza update. Forza Horizon 5. I think it was March 29th.
I think it's April.
I'll look into that. But
maybe you're right. I'm not sure. Sorry.
I've been playing around with that, and
Forza Horizon 5 release notes March 29, 2022. Yep.
Oh, so you're all right.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, so been playing a little bit of that again. Also jumped into GTA 5 some more, playing some more story mode on that. I feel like that's been kind of my go-to recently. Like after a long day at work, just sit there and just play some of that storyline. Like the characters are so outrageous that it's fun to jump back into that universe. And besides that, speaking of wild characters and stuff, I've been jumping back into Command and Conquer because Command and
Whoa.
Conquer always has, super interesting characters and stuff as well. So I've been having fun with that. I got my son into Command and Conquer a little bit, so we've been playing that, and that's been fun. It's nice to pass on the torch now that I'm becoming old and decrepit. I can
Yes.
give my son the opportunity to play those games, and yeah, yep, little teardrop right here. But yeah, no, that's what I've been doing, man, and it's good. It's great to have Vanessa here with us today. Thank you so
Yes.
much for coming to hang out and tolerate crazy shenanigans. I
Thank you for
apologize in
having me.
advance.
I haven't even started yet. But if you
We'll
guys
have a
want me to
we have a
start,
we have a safe word. The safe word will be Leisure Suit Larry. The minute you say that, he gets a timeout.
Yes.
Is that safe?
What?
Is
What?
that anything safe about that?
The game isn't, but the code word is, so it'll be fine. It'll all work out.
So if I mention Larry, I get a timeout.
No, doesn't work for you. That's the word. You get a timeout. That's
If I
the safe
mention
word.
if I mention the whole Larry thing, I get a timeout.
You don't. You're not
Oh, I
getting
don't?
it. Basically, this is our safe word. So the minute we feel that you're going overboard, we say that safe word, and then you get a timeout.
What do you guys say? Laser Suit Larry, and I get a timeout.
Yeah.
Why? Why
Yes.
were you gonna say? Why are you gonna mention Laser Suit Larry though? That's the
And-
best
Oh.
game ever made.
I think this is the only promo that game will ever get
Yes,
because nobody cares
Yes,
about
it
that
does.
game.
Yes, they do. Even
not
like
anymore.
yes, they do.
Who?
But
Like,
Vanessa cares about that game. She said yes,
No,
yes. No,
no.
Laser Suit Larry. No. What?
no.
She's like, what?
What?
Crazy.
Why would
crazy the
Vanessa
90s
care
called.
about the most terrible?
Yeah.
That's like bringing back Bubsy. That's like bringing back all these terrible, things that what is it?
Yeah.
Cool Spot. He wasn't
cool
cool.
spot.
Yeah.
Well, I bet
You're
you.
Noid. You're Noid.
Don't you bring the Noid into this.
I bet you. I bet you.
I will not take Noid slander. It's not fair.
I bet you one thing though, that Vanessa would want a Chuck Norris game, right, Vanessa?
No.
Oh yeah, there's an inside joke with my family that Chuck Norris is my father. So yeah, I'll
see,
take.
Awesome.
yes,
Awesome.
yes,
All right.
Vanessa.
yes.
I'll take that.
The whole thing is
Yeah.
do not enable him. He's like Gizmo. He's like Gizmo.
He listen.
Feed him.
He brought
Feed
up
him
my
to this little
father.
gremlin.
Oh,
Yeah.
He brought up my
yes, we got
father.
We're bringing Chuck Norris in tonight. Yeah. Oh, right, Chuck Norris. Oh man, I'm excited now. You see, that got me pumped right now. Oh man. Oh, I want that
Wait.
game so bad. What?
And nobody's gonna make it.
Nope.
Oh man. No
It'll
worries.
never happen.
Once
Maybe
you-
if Project
ID
Spark was still
ID at
alive.
Xbox. ID at Xbox.
That's what I was
Yeah.
gonna
Get
say.
the
That.
rights.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go on
Yeah.
ID and Xbox, and I'll be like, "Hey, somebody make me a Chuck Norris game, and somebody will make it." Yes, I will get
Better-
my Chuck Norris game one day.
Better
I
yet,
will.
crazy. You could make it
What?
yourself.
But
there you go.
Oh no,
you know-
that'd be terrible,
yeah.
man.
yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
that's not a good idea because dude, remember my wrestler's name, Wee Wee Man? Imagine yourself that if I.
No.
Okay,
Timeout.
Leisure Suit Larry. Leisure Suit Larry. Go.
Yep.
What?
Now,
What I
Give him a
say now?
timeout.
What?
Give him a
What?
timeout. Give him a timeout.
All right,
That's crazy.
What I
Let's
say
keep
now?
on going.
While,
Let's keep
while
on going.
Crazy Lou is on timeout,
Ask Sour Blow how he's
Let's-
doing.
Let's write this plane.
Sour Blow, how you been, man? How's what you been playing? I know you were playing some. I knew you were playing some Dishonor. Are you still playing that?
Yes. I am playing Dishonor. However, I've been a little bit busy this week, and I also I was pretty sick, and now unfortunately my son and now my wife are sick. So last night I was planning on playing some Dishonor, but I was hanging out with the little guy. So I said, I'm in the living room, I'm in the TV. I said, let me play some Guardian of the Galaxy, and I hopped into Guardian of the Galaxy,
Okay.
and I like it so far. Yes.
It's good, right?
Yeah, it's great. It reminds me a lot of the chemistry, in the movie. It was
Yeah.
pretty cool. I love the chemistry between, the whole team, basically. It's pretty cool.
It's crazy how it feels like you're watching what maybe Volume 3. Like
Yeah.
going, and it's just you're like, wait. And
Yeah.
mind you, it's not Chris Pratt voicing, being Star-Lord. It's not,
No.
all the other actors that usually play the Guardians and of course in the MCU, but it just feels like it.
Yes, it does. It
Yeah.
does.
Yeah, the actors did a really great job kind of portraying their characters. I think the one it took me the most to get used to was Drax.
Yes.
Oh, really?
But his comedy was like spot on, and I was like, okay, I can get past it.
Yeah, maybe because I have watched the animated too, and I got into him right away. The one that kind of like, I guess I gotta see more because yet I haven't seen too much interaction with Gamora.
Okay.
Yeah, because first I think the first mission she just stays in the ship, mostly. So you don't get a lot of interaction with her. But so far, I love all the interaction with Rocket, with Drax himself, how he's always like
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you though,
That-
does Drax go invisible? Because that is my favorite part of the movie when he's eating the chips and it's like, I'm gonna become invisible.
I think Crazy Lou's trying to go for a second time out.
yeah, he's
What,
trying to.
what did I
trying to
say?
see
though?
if he
What
can
did
earn
I
one.
say, though? I'm saying,
But you're trying
Drax
to
do that,
you're
though?
looking
Crazy
for a
Lou,
way. You're
I have
trying to-
kids, so I know when they're trying to push my buttons. So
But I'm not. What did I say? I asked if
We're
Drax.
onto you.
you know
does that, and-
exactly. You know exactly why
Because
you're
he
asking
was-
that.
What?
But
What?
but to answer your question, yes, he mimics a lot of the things that Bautista does, which is again
No,
it's uncanny of how the game is very in that sense that they're not the actors, but it just
No.
feels like they are.
Yes.
Oh man, now I'm gonna watch. Now I'm gonna play that game because of that. Because really, I have my doubts about the actors, but okay, let's go watch it. I mean, let's go play it. Don't even watch it. What?
Yeah, it's pretty good. And the game looks visually, it looks amazing too. Like,
Oh yeah,
it surprised me. Yeah.
I saw my brother's stuff he played the other day. It looks really good. I was watching him
Yeah.
play a little bit on his channel. It was on his Twitch channel. It was pretty good. I was like, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. To be honest, the
yeah.
trailers I watched way back, I don't think they do them justice to the game. Like the game looks much better than I don't know. Maybe I'm recalling wrong, but
Maybe it's
When-
when you're in the
yeah.
moment and just kind of experiencing it, and the story, the characters, the
Yes.
music. The music is amazing
Oh,
in that game
yes.
too.
yes.
But
I
the thing
kind
is-
of
Oh yeah.
I kind of could
you
see
ever-
that coming because they always got a good track for
Did
Yeah,
you ever
that-
play
for
the
the movies.
Telltale one?
No.
The
No,
Telltale one?
I wanted to.
So I have it, and I kind of liked it, but I also felt that one was trying too hard to be the MCU version. And
Yeah.
this one, when I came in, I was like, okay, it took me off guard because it wasn't trying to, but it kind of was like, oh, okay. While the Telltale one tried to, but it also, again, great music, great story. Hopefully, if they publish it again, people can experience it. I definitely, give it a recommendation.
For Telltale specifically, I'm excited for Wolf Among Us too.
Mhm.
Oh yes. Oh my God.
That's gonna
So
be awesome.
so good. If you guys haven't read the comic that it's based on, Fabled, which is
Cool.
basically just it's a comic series. I think it's from IDW or Dark Horse. I'm not 100% sure.
Dark Horse, I think.
Yeah. It's basically kind of like a retelling or like the real world of the fairy tale characters. So like Snow White, Big Bad Wolf,
Wait, what
the
is it?
little frog. It's called Fables.
Yeah.
Wait,
The-
The video game is The
wait.
Wolf Among Us.
wait, what wasn't Telltale like going bankrupt or was
They-
it?
So
Yeah.
they were purchased by an investor, and
Yeah.
kind of like THQ Nordic, they renamed them still, but they're not like some of them are not there, and what they're doing is they're bringing back the intellectual properties. So what Vanessa's saying is Wolf Among Us, which is amazing, you can still
Yeah.
purchase it, is based on a comic called Fables, which is kind of a mature telling of all the story, kind of like the fairy tales, Three Little Pigs, Little Red Riding Hood, Snow White. It's really good. I highly recommend the story, the writing.
So good.
I was worried about them because really, I said, why these guys go bankrupt? They make such fantastic games. I mean, I played the what's the zombie thing
Walking
called?
Dead.
The
Walking
Walking
Dead.
Dead. I
Yeah.
played The Walking Dead. Is pretty fun. The Batmans are also really fun.
Yes.
They've done a couple cool things on there, and I was like, why this guy?
I think it
And
was more about what we see now
Management.
sometimes. Management
yeah.
taking on too much properties, not updating their engine, and kind of kind
Okay.
of losing stuff. And you can read about it. It's very unfortunate.
Yeah.
One of the things I read
Yeah.
that was terrible is that they
'Cause-
didn't let their employees know that they went bankrupt. And when
Yeah.
one of the employees was having a baby, they rejected their. It's a terrible story, unfortunately, that you see when many suits go,
Yeah.
but just this one in general.
It was really scummy what they did, and it's a little kind of weird being happy seeing them back. But I don't think it's like the same management and stuff. I think it's just kind of like
not.
Yeah.
just the company and the intellectual properties. But yeah, it was really scumbaggy what they did.
Wow.
Yeah. So Lou, how you been,
What's
man?
up?
What you
Oh,
been
me?
playing?
Oh man, what about? I mean, last weekend after the whole, what a long weekend after all the cattle marketing and stuff. I sat down and I said, "Hey, let me play a little bit. I haven't played in a while." So I sat down and played 15 hours of Elden Ring, which I pushed too much. So now I'm like, okay, I took a break. So I was playing wrestling for the last couple of days. So yeah, let me take a little break from Elden Ring because pushing it too hard, it gets to the point like, yeah, let me go in and just fight him. And when even the weakest guy comes at you and hits you and he kills you, you're like, okay, I'm having problems right now. I can't concentrate. So yeah, I gotta.
You get humbled real quick.
Yeah, because that's a game where you gotta sit down. You gotta just focus. You gotta. Okay, how am I gonna march this guy? Should I hit him from far away? Or should I throw him a rock? You just gotta go real slow in there. But I was like, let me just go in there and just slash, and just went in there and slashed. And then the other guy just went pop, and that's it. I'm dead. I'm like, okay, I need to take a break. I mean, there was this one boss who took 35,000 souls from me, and I was like, now this is a problem. And
Ouch.
that hurts. The Cave of Lucretia, I lost. Why? Because I forgot to pull the lever, so I just fell in, and then I just walked away. I just said no.
Oh man, but before that same night, I already lost 45,000 souls. So in total, I lost 70,000 souls that night. And I was like, you know what, Louis, and I don't care though because I lose. I'm like, I'll go back and get them because that's how I am. I just don't care. But I said, you know what, you need to take a break from this game. Take a little break. So I've taken a 3-day break. So tomorrow,
Play something
I'll go
easy.
back
Play
into it.
Tunic.
Is that a corgi?
I have a very special guest.
Oh,
Is that
nice.
a
This is
corgi?
Dooby.
That's awesome.
This is Dooby, the unofficial mascot of quite a lot of things.
Is
Yeah,
that a
This is my little
corgi?
butthead. He is a corgi.
He's a corgi. What?
Oh, and his butt is over
Oh
here.
my god. I want a corgi so bad. That's the dog I want. They're so smart. I'll make them.
Oh yeah, they're so conniving too.
Yes, I know they are. I know they are.
Right.
I love that dog. That is the Queen of England's favorite dog. She loves it.
He came over here and I stole him away from enjoying his
Wait.
little bacon treat.
Is that it's bacon?
Almost. It's like a
Bacon
off-brand.
Bacon
I think it's called like barking bacon or something.
Oh, they taste
No,
all
the
right.
Oroy.
I like more bacon strips. It tastes a lot better for dogs.
Would you
what?
know that or
Louis.
Yeah, I'm in the animal.
did you do a
feed
taste
business.
test for them? Okay.
This is no because I'm in the animal feed business. So sometimes, like for example, I smell it, and in order for sometimes I do. It does not taste. I don't swallow it though. I just taste a little bit. See what it feels like. What attracts the dog, so I can like feel it. Like okay, this is what they use. What kind of grease they use. It's I know, but it's okay. I don't swallow it though. I just try to figure out the taste of it. Don't look at me bad. It's part
I
of my
just
job.
kind of look at the ingredients in the back, and I try to get them the ones
I
that
know,
have
I
like
know.
actual food and not like color red. And
I know. I do that. I even eat the pellets just to see if everything's alright. I've done that. I just don't swallow it though.
once
what
ever
did
in
you
my
find?
life, I ate a bone. Well, not a whole one, but just I took a bite and think of my life and never did it again.
It's like
Crazy.
All
you eating dog food?
No. I don't eat. No. Here's the thing, though, because listen. Okay,
Oh,
you know what I'm gonna tell you. You want to hear about it? Because usually
No,
you
no.
process.
No,
No.
it probably
Yeah,
it-
we
it's probably gonna cost
don't
you a
have-
timeout. So we
That-
won't-
that-
yeah.
Leisure
that'll-
Suit Larry.
Put it this way. Put it this way. We already got the code word, and we're getting
Yep.
there. And
Yep.
you can make another
Okay.
podcast called the Crazy Lou Meatpacking Podcast.
Yeah, we could talk about that. No, I don't swallow. You see, Matt
Nope,
Matt likes game
nope.
says, yeah, definitely don't swallow that stuff. No, I do not swallow that. No worries. Just try it, just to see what it tastes. You know, I taste it. It's like when I smoke cigars. I taste the cigar to see how.
You don't eat the cigars.
No, my taste buds and
Louis, you're
what-
doing
what-
life all wrong if you're eating the cigars
Lou,
and the dog
Lou,
food.
let's move on because you literally
Yes.
just
Oh, look
the
at
ship
the
is going like sour blow
Yeah.
in Sea of Thieves. You're just going down.
Well, am I
Yeah,
going
we-
down?
No, what do you mean?
We lost
I'm
altitude.
alright
We gotta
with
like
it.
level out.
See,
What do you mean?
Nobody that.
Nobody lets you even drive the ship. They
What
said
do you mean?
Oh no.
Rare even banned you because they said that
yeah.
so many support tickets. And why? Because sour
Rare-
blow's just breaking
Rare-
ships.
No, Rare sees sour blow on the ship, and he sends him right down to the cage and locks him up. He's like, nope, you're not going on there. Doesn't even get
Okay.
close. He has like a 5 meter warning right there. He has to stand right up front of the ship or close to the cannons. That's it. can't
Meanwhile,
guide the
they're
ship.
like, "Oh, look at that dude! He eats cigars and eats like dog food."
No,
and
I do
stuff.
not.
Let's
I
just
said-
ignore
no,
him.
no.
Let's
I'll one day explain the
let's-
cigars thing.
let's
It's
leave
when you
him on the
smoke-
island, and we'll just go this way.
That's
Okay,
when you vote him into brig.
Yeah, exactly.
Vote him in. Oh,
this guy's lost out on the sea. We
Crazy
gotta
Lou's
lock him away.
so used to being in the brig and timeout. So
yeah, I'm used to being in town. I've done some crazy things out here. I mean, I dance. If I brought Fifilin on the show, I have not brought Fifilin on the show.
No,
Maybe I should get
because
Fifilin
we won't
tonight.
accept that.
It's go time.
Yeah.
We cannot find. We cannot get Fifilinos. Oh man.
No.
So, guys, all right. Hey, it's 7:30. So let's get on the move on. So, guys, let's start with let's do our pre-check. What do you think, Mr. Jonah Dark? We should do a pre-check boarding.
yeah, I mean, let's just give a shout out to some of the people that are joining us today in the chat.
Yeah, the passenger. Shout out to the passengers.
Let's go and set up the chat. Okay, from where should I start though? Let me go up. Let's go. First off, let's say hello to Mr. Starshot, my shovel brother. How are you doing today, my dear brother? Also, let me see who's down here. Mr. Tony Grasso. How are you doing, Mr. Grasso? I hope you're doing well, my dear brother. Let's keep on going down. Okay, let's go. Okay, Starshot. Tony Grasso. Let me see who else is on. Mr. Jedi Knight Peter, how are you doing, my dear brother? Yes, we had played the other day, Elden Ring. He gave me a couple tips. Hey, Jedi Knight Peter's pretty good. I think he's better than me, though. He's probably level like 5,000 now. He is, though, I think, though. Because everywhere I go, he's like, you need to be in this level to get there. And yeah, I'm doing what he says, though. And he's right, though. He beat the game, I think.
Jedi Peter, Jedi Elden Lord.
I think it's Jedi Elden Lord, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. And remember, we have an open discussion today. Remember, we gotta discuss, is Boxenberger the Master Chief and is TKO Asante? Who was that guy's name? I forgot.
He was like a general,
Captain
right?
Keys.
Captain.
General Keys? Was it
Yeah,
General Keys?
General Keys. He
General
was
Keys, yes,
Captain
yeah.
Keys,
Yes. We
the
have-
father of.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also Nick from Xbox Era says he is Master Chief, but we gotta analyze that very deeply. Okay, so let me keep on going. Hello, Matt Light Games. How are you doing, Matt Light Games? Hope you're doing good. Let me see. And that's about. Oh, my brother Jay Vargas. How are you doing, sir? Glad to see you here.
Hey, Jay Vargas says that you chew but don't swallow.
Yep,
That's what he put in the chat.
Yeah, that's what it. But not cigars though. Just the
No.
dog food.
No. Yeah. Or
Yep,
hop
yep.
pellets. You don't chew those either.
What are hot pellets though?
Hop pellets that give you the bitterness in the hops or in the beer.
Hot pellets.
Yeah.
Don't give him
they'll-
ideas.
They'll cave your face in with how bitter they are. It's not a good idea.
Hammers hot ones. What? Buck pellets. Okay, let's
All
not
right,
look
let's
into
keep
that
going.
because I was about to go into something that I was getting pretty
Nope.
weird though. So I don't.
No.
Yep.
You know, give him a timeout. I know what he did.
No,
Give him a
I
timeout.
look for. I put.
Give him a timeout. Cool. So let me continue. again, Jedi Knight Peter, thank you for stopping by. Jay Vargas, Tony Grasso, the man, the myth, the legend. Thank you. Who else? Let's see. Matt Light Games, thank you as well. Let's see who else we got here as I'm going through this chat.
Okay. Think we got
yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. We have other people maybe watching, but that's cool. So, all right then. Well, we have Crazy Lou. Is he back from his timeout?
I'll bring him back.
Okay, we'll bring him back.
He's back.
You better bring me back. You better bring me back.
I forgot about it.
Next thing, we'll disconnect you. We'll just put Dooby.
Yeah.
Who is Dooby though?
the
okay.
corgi.
The corgi.
Oh,
That is his
awesome.
name.
Oh man, that would be pretty cool. I can imagine Dooby like talking, and I'll be the voice of Dooby.
Louis
No.
eating all that dog.
Dooby
food.
is
Short-term
way
memory.
cooler for you to voice him.
Yeah.
What? Are you
I think
serious?
Chris Pratt voices Dooby because he voices everyone.
Oh my god.
All right, Crazy, you're back.
All right, let's go. So right now we should do our pre-check boarding, huh?
Yeah. So we have some cool,
Yes.
we have some cool news that we're going to talk about today, of course. Our main topics we're going to discuss, of course, the Halo show. What we thought about it. Then another cool thing is, celebrating 9 years of ID at Xbox. And then, news has been slow. So we have some rapid news. And, when we get to the news there, I'll definitely let you know how that's going to work. That way, with the rapid news, what we're going to do is I'm just going to read some of the things that we have, some of the small news we have in gaming. And then if you want to chime in, just let me know, and then we can just talk about it for a couple of minutes. And then, of course, a topic that should be a main topic, Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. Oof.
Oh,
Delayed
look,
till
you see,
2023.
look what South Sean said, which is right. Isn't Dooby another name for a cigar? Yes, you are correct.
No,
Doobie's-
I want to stop
No.
that real quick.
No.
So
He's thinking of a Lucy.
I promise Dooby is not named for any dubious things.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah,
It's
I can imagine.
it's my love for Scooby Doo, and it's
Yeah.
just Dooby.
Yeah.
Like Scooby Dooby Doo. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
And the
Oh,
name
man.
Scooby is reserved for my eventual Great Dane.
Oh, I want a Great Dane.
One day.
I'm gonna name
I
the
wa-
Great Dane Big Boss.
Oh, that's a good one.
That would be good.
No eye patches though. Let him have both
No.
eyes.
Yeah.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
Cool.
Where are
So-
you, man? What?
Let's since I know we did like a Pong Soul type intro, let's get started. Vanessa, again, thank you for coming on. I appreciate taking, time out of your busy day. We're always busy, so it's definitely nice for you to come and join us and stop by and hang out with
Always
us.
busy. Packing,
And
laundry, games, dogs.
Yep. Not in that same order, but yes, doing stuff throughout the day, kids, homework, and all the other stuff, and then trying to play games in the middle of the night, at wee hours of the night. But yeah, so let's start simple, right? And I'm gonna start with this question that I ask every guest that comes on the show.
Oh boy.
So Earth is dying, and you have been chosen out of the many to provide 3 games that you want to give to the next generation of humanity. 3 games that we put in this time capsule. Then it's going to be shot up into space, and then someone's going to play these 3 games that you have provided to humanity. What 3 games are you providing them? And why?
I'm gonna go with my number 1, Super Metroid, because it's a timeless classic. Listen, no matter when you play it, when it first came out, now or like in the future, that game will always be a masterpiece. It'll be amazing. Samus is badass. Super Metroid.
And you're
question.
you're teaching that generation how to kill aliens too.
Oh yeah, survival tactics.
Yeah.
You just need a power suit.
What do you think about Other M?
I haven't played it a lot. I am a fan of Team Ninja because they did Ninja Gaiden, which is one of my top games also. I think they messed up the story, which is what really pushed me away from being excited and wanting to play it. But I heard the gameplay is really amazing, so I will go back and give it another shot and just kind of ignore the way they kind of wrote Samus and everything.
It's I can tell you it's one of those divisive games, but I'm a fan of it. Just like
Okay.
there's another game that's great called Code Veronica, Resident
Oh
Evil.
my god.
Oh
And
Lord, why?
Oh
Everyone's
Why?
shaking their heads. They don't want to hear this anymore.
cool. So we got Metroid.
I gotta make a timeout for you.
Oh, you will? Oh man, I'm gonna ask Boxenberger to make a timeout for Mr. Joanna. I will ask him. I'm gonna ask Boxenberger though.
That's crazy. I'll just
I
keep
will.
adding more stuff to you. So okay, so Metroid, Vanessa.
Hmm.
What else?
I was gonna say Sly Cooper because that's just one of
Okay.
my personal favorites. But I'm gonna go with Yakuza because
Oh,
if
yeah.
it's in the future and there's like nothing else, that game will take you a lot of time, and there's just like so much you can do in that game. The story is great. Let's go with like Kiwami or something. So like you'll get the more updated looking one, not the
So I
original PS2.
so I thought you were going to kind of cheat and say the collection.
No, dude, I would. I would always say,
Yeah.
The collection, but just start from the beginning, right? Get to know the characters and whatnot. So yeah, I'll go with Yakuza. There's so much you could do in that game.
Okay.
The fighting is brilliant, and just everything else.
I love
Uh,
Kiryu.
Yeah, he's
You
super
know,
badass.
this is the first time I heard Jackals. Somebody mentioned Jackals.
Who?
Just this is the first time I heard somebody talk about Yakuza though. I never heard
Oh,
nobody like
no,
mention it. Like,
Yakuza's
yeah, Yakuza.
Yakuza's dope.
It is. Hmm.
Majima, the Mad Dog of Shimano, everything.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go.
But is it an RPG or is it a beat 'em up?
Yes.
Little
It's
bit of
a
both.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a 3D version of like both.
So here's the thing. It's what Shenmue should have been, and basically Sega made Yakuza as a spiritual
Right.
successor to Shenmue.
Where
And
Shenmue was all about driving a forklift.
so you can do that in Yakuza,
Mhm.
but Yakuza's better in the sense of fighting, just the storyline. It's like watching Metal Gear. Put it that
Oh,
way.
but so
When it comes to like
you drive a forklift too in Yakuza?
you can drive anything. You can do taxis. You can do karaoke. You can literally play the life of Kiryu Kazuma, and it's just wacky.
Do they cut the fingers off?
No,
Okay.
They eat cigars though.
You don't eat cigars. You taste them when you smoke them. It's something.
there is a side mission called the Cigar Eater,
I'm gonna show you how to smoke cigars one day, and I will see. I'll show
and
you
the
how to
character's
taste
name
it.
is Crazy Luke Kazuma.
Oh, can
They-
you imagine
they
me in the game?
did.
Like,
They
No.
did cut a
yeah,
finger
that would be
off.
pretty cool game. Like,
They did
You'll
cut a
be
finger off
MP.
on one of them.
You'll be NPC cigarette eater.
Ah.
Okay, so
Well,
It'll
yeah,
be that one side mission you have to go out of your way to find.
Yes. Yeah.
I'll probably be the best character in the game. Yes.
Because you're a superstar.
Yeah, since I look like Henry Cavill, yeah, that look cute. Yeah, the video game. Hey, I'll be the
like in
video games.
like in Bioshock, another dimension, right?
A what? Like what? Bioshock.
Like in
Yeah,
Bioshock,
yeah.
another dimension, an alternate universe.
Alternative.
Wow. But why
Listen,
Bioshock?
you know,
though?
could be multiverse Cavill.
Yeah,
I guess so. For my third game, it's gonna finish it off. I'll go with a fighting game, and I'm gonna go with Killer Instinct.
Nice.
Oh, I think we're gonna go with
Which
Smash.
one? Which one though?
Let's go with the new one,
Okay.
just so I can be a good corporate plug. No, no. So, it it has the most characters, and it just kind of like reboots the franchise, right? If you think about game, if you only have like 3 games to play, get something that's replayable, and doesn't need like servers and stuff to play. So yeah, Killer Instinct.
I
Saberwolf
do have
is
a
the
que-
best.
I do have a question for you before we keep going forward, though. You played the original Killer Instinct, right?
I
Way
love
back in the day.
the original. Yeah, Super Nintendo. I was
Yes.
a beast.
So
Was it?
did you
wasn't it the
get-
original, like
did you get killer cuts the soundtrack.
Oh,
that came with
absolutely.
it.
Oh my God. I used to listen to that all the time. I had the black cartridge.
So good.
It came with the killer cuts, and I thought that was the most amazing thing. I was
It
like,
was
yeah,
so good.
this game came with a CD, music CD, and it was really good.
That Killer Instinct Super Nintendo that they sold was really cool. That was actually the one I ended up picking up.
They had a whole Killer Instinct Super Nintendo, or you mean the
Yeah, I
cartridge?
think so. If I remember correctly, they actually had one that was different color.
I know the
Okay.
cartridge was a different color. It was black.
Black.
Yeah, black. Yeah.
I don't remember a whole console.
Oh,
No.
maybe it was just
No.
the cartridge. Never mind.
Yeah.
I take that back. I was young. I'm getting old.
Now you're old.
Sorry,
Now you're
bad
old.
memory.
Jago or Fulgore, I'm gonna say Saberwolf and Riptor.
Yes, Saber Wolf.
Thunder was kind of cool.
What was the girl with the tongues? Didn't she have like a fatality? She goes,
Orchid.
Wow.
Yeah.
Orchid did that though.
Orchid.
She had a
Orchid.
cool
Okay.
fatality.
Okay.
She's like you go like that and
Okay.
wasn't it though?
Nope.
He did.
Yeah.
She did.
See. Yes. See. Oh man.
I don't know if it was just in the arcade or the Super Nintendo one had it also, but yeah.
You see? Now I love Vanessa.
Killer
Vanessa
Killer
supports
Instinct
me.
Gold is my favorite. The one on the N64.
Really?
Okay. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I love the
like that.
original one, but Killer Instinct Gold cost me an arm and a leg, and I played that game till the following, Christmas. Like I literally played it. And I used to like Cinder and what was the person in Cinder and Jago?
Cinder's
Glacius?
the
Glacius,
easiest one to
yes.
play. That's the one
Glacius.
people that are learning pick always.
Yeah, but you
Cinder,
can't even
yes.
play.
Cinder had like the easiest combos.
Yeah.
But Sour Blow, I can still whoop you with anyone.
You sure?
Anybody can whoop Sablo. What are you talking about? What does Sablo what is he good in playing? He's probably good at Yu-Gi-Oh! Probably because that's all he plays.
Oh, Digimon,
But-
Digimon.
Digimon? I don't know about Digimon, but seriously, when is Sablo good at playing games? I mean, driving is not good. We played what was it called? Oh my god, I forgot the name. What was it called? The zombie game? State of Decay.
Oh,
2.
State of Decay. Yeah.
We played State
I
of
never
Decay 2.
played
and-
State of Decay before.
Dude, he did the most reckless things in State of Decay I've
What are
never
you?
seen.
Nope. I'm not taking that one. The clip is there.
What? Of
The
me
clip
being
is in the
stuck on a
chat.
poop bucket? I got stuck on a poop bucket. What do you expect, though?
Okay, that's
That's not
time
my fault, though. What is it a timeout? It's nothing bad, though. I got literally stuck in a poop bucket. I mean, my car.
And you keep
was-
repeating it.
But that's what it's called.
That's
You're just
not
you're
that's
just not
not
learning.
relevant
You're
to
just
the
not learning from
conversation.
your
though.
mistakes.
Oh my god.
So let's continue because again, we have a guest here. We want to make sure that
Yes.
we
Yes.
maximize our time. So put
Yes.
Crazy Lou on a timeout, and we'll continue. Thank
Okay,
you.
okay. Nice.
So cool. All right, those are 3 awesome games. Definitely, Killer
Yes.
Instinct is awesome. I thought you were gonna say Smash. Metroid, definitely 100%. And then Yakuza. That was I'm a huge Yakuza fan, but that was right out of left field. I was like, okay, Yakuza, let's go.
Why Smash, though? Smash is cool, but
I love Smash.
love
I don't
Smash. It's
play a
cool,
lot of
but-
fighting games, but Smash is like
Yeah.
the one for me.
Smash is awesome, but if you want to get into real fighting games, so what brought in the combos, what brought pretty much everything was Killer Instinct. I mean, you can't take that out of that. That's the truth, though. Out of all the fighting games, I mean, you had Street Fighter that didn't have combos. You had Mortal Kombat that did not have combos. The only combo I had was like hitting them like that. That was the only combo you had in all the Mortal Kombat game. And then all of a sudden it comes.
Oh no, Ultimate added more.
But wait,
intricate
yes,
combo.
but wait, no, I'm
But that was
saying- no.
after though, yeah.
I'm saying that when Killer Instinct came out, which was actually the combo game that you did ultras and all that stuff, man, that game rocked. And then all-
Combos.
yeah, that's the game that got everybody into combos, pretty much. That's the truth, though. That's the.
I
actual
want
fighting
to
game.
say Street Fighter had combos. I think
Yeah,
like Street Fighter 2.
did.
We're not talking about like Fighting Street, but
But no, but
Oh,
they didn't
yeah,
show
no,
it on
not Fighting
screen.
Street.
You got to do some combos in there, but you just didn't. It didn't show it like Killer Instinct did, because
yeah, not no ultra combos and
Nothing
super
like that, no.
combos. Nah.
No, that came out right after Killer Instinct. Killer Instinct was the one who created combos for fighting games. That's the truth. Yep. Little bit of game history from the crazy one. Can you believe that? Oh man, I got some history.
So Vanessa, next. I
Yes.
guess. Let's go back. What was like the first let's start with your origin story into gaming. What was the first console or game that kind of got you into gaming? Like,
The NES was my first console.
okay.
One of the goats. Um,
Oh,
I think kind of like the starting point for a lot of people that just changed gaming forever. I used to play with my older brother, but my mom had the controller unplugged, so I thought I was playing, but I wasn't. Uh, until I was. Um, Super Mario Bros. 1, 2, and 3. Uh, Funny enough, I didn't play the original Metroid. I started with Super Metroid, and then I went back and
Oh,
played Metroid later.
interesting.
Um,
Okay.
same here. I played Super
Same thing.
Metroid.
So was that a
Yep,
game that
I
you
played.
just missed and then you discovered on the Super Nintendo?
Yeah, it was a time where mom was buying all the games, so I should come back with a game, and I would play it. So Zelda's actually one that I missed. Growing up, I did not get into the Zelda games until the Wii. I think it was Twilight Princess was the first
Really?
Zelda game I really played. Yeah.
You
Oh,
never
wow.
you never got to play A Link to the Past, or
I skipped all of that. The N64 came
what?
out, and I was playing.
Wow.
I played Mario, and I played DK64 and Banjo Kazooie and all that stuff. Um, Contrary to the opening cinematic and whatnot and the previews, I did not create Banjo Kazooie, um, but I definitely a big fan. Um,
Yeah.
but
Big fan.
Zelda was just a chunk of. I just missed it.
So so Ocarina of Time, none of that, and then you finally hit
No
Twilight
Majora's
Princess.
Mask, no
Oh, wow.
Ocarina of Time.
But didn't you
But
go back
have
and
you
play
gone
it?
back?
No,
So you've
I
never
went.
gone
I
back to
went
play.
back. I went back to play the first Zelda.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
and then that was it. I was like, yeah, let me go back, and then I'll start playing them in order. Um, and then I stopped, and I didn't.
So
So
you've never experienced Ocarina of Time.
I have not.
Wow. Wow.
I have not.
I,
But
Even now with the Nintendo Switch Online.
no, I do show some respect. I still have, like the
Nice.
collectibles and whatnot. So,
Okay.
I collect way too many things.
Have you
Um,
played Wind Waker?
no.
So the only Zelda you played up to this point is the one you just said, which is Twilight Princess.
Twilight Princess, I played Breath of the Wild. It was amazing. I
Okay.
couldn't put it down when it came out. I feel like there was another one I played
Between two
also.
world, between link between two worlds or something. Is it called
Yeah,
that?
yeah. Is that the 3DS one where you kind of turn
Yes.
into like a cave painting and stuff?
Yep.
That one was
Yep.
pretty good. I never finished it, but I played a little bit of it. Yeah, it was something I missed. But I did jump from like Nintendo to Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo, like kind of went up there. So
So the Gen-
all the
was it-
platformers.
what was your favorite? Like, so the NES top game was Mario.
Yeah, Mario 3 specifically.
Okay. That's a good one.
always gotta go with Mario 3.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree with there.
Yeah,
Mario 3 is the
specifically,
best.
it's the best.
I remember I used to rent it from the video store, and I used to hide it behind like the adult movies. So I used to sneak into the adult movie section and put it because the guy knew my family. So what I used to hide it in the back, and then what I used to do is on Fridays when I could rent it again because it was expensive to rent at the time. I think it was like $5 or $6 a day. You know, I can't remember the price, but it was outrageous. I used to go in and and then he would be like, where did you find this? I was like, oh, it's still over there. And then I would just re-rent Super Mario Brothers 3 and play it over the weekend because that's the only time I can play was on the weekends.
You remember that movie that oh man, everybody watched that movie. That movie was so bad, but everybody watched it just to see Super Mario 3. Oh my
With John
God.
Leguizamo?
Was it with
No.
John? No, it was not with John Leguizamo.
Was that
No,
No, not the Mario movie. I think he's talking about
No.
what was it? The Wizard or
The
something?
Wizard, yes, the Wizard.
Oh,
You
okay.
never seen
No.
that movie? Was so bad. But all we wanted to see is the Super Mario 3 game, and they actually showed footage of Super Mario 3 game. The tournament.
Yep.
That was it. The Wizard. That
That was
such a
Nintendo
bad
trolling
movie.
us.
Yep. Oh my God. We have to like sit down, watch that whole thing just to get to that point. That's all everybody wanted to see. That's incredible. What Nintendo did to us.
Yep.
Yep.
So you have the NES, and now you went to Genesis.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and what was your top game there on the Genesis?
Ooh, am I gonna cop out and just say Sonic? Which I loved Sonic 2 and Sonic 3, but Gunstar Heroes was amazing on that also.
Yo,
Gunstar Hero.
Gunstar, yes,
Wow.
that one was so good.
Wow.
Gunstar Heroes was amazing. What else was on the Genesis? You asked me something?
So
Like
they had
to-
Vector Man, Vector
oh,
Man.
Vector Man was amazing too. Yeah, Vector
Booger
Man
Man.
was
That was
great.
my game.
No,
No.
no.
What? Why not? But Booger Man was my game though. He
Oh,
did
that
everything.
game was
No.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even
You love these terrible games that nobody even
What?
cares about. They're
Booger Man
burnt
was
somewhere.
awesome. No,
They're in
Booger,
Chernobyl somewhere in the
dude,
reactor.
dude,
Dead.
Booger Man. Hey, listen. Booger
They
Man
used 'em
had
for
Booger Man was like Earthworm Gym, pretty much.
Not even
Oh,
close.
Yeah, it
no.
was. Yes,
Earthworm
it
Jim's
was.
a better character than Booger Man.
I'm not
Oh.
agreeing, but Earthworm Jim was amazing.
Oh yeah, Earthworm Gym was amazing, but it was pretty much the same thing, you know. But you got all these weird characters and stuff, and Booger Man had all this weird. He burped, he
No.
farted. Yeah, he was a pretty cool guy.
Nobody cares about Booger
He
Man.
did. And he told you
Yeah,
about
yeah,
every single
yeah.
thing he did the whole way. It was
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. And Beavis and Butt had the game too. Did you remember that?
Oh,
that game.
yes. Did you ever play that? Vanessa, you never played that one? It was-
I've never been a fan of Beavis and Butthead.
It was just terrible. I mean, I was a fan of Beavis and Butthead, but it was just
Yeah.
terrible.
I believe it. I believe it. I had my fair share of horrible games.
Did you ever play the Ninja Turtles on Genesis?
Oh my God, have you played Ninja Turtles on NES? Have you beaten it?
Yes, we.
Oh my!
Yeah, yes and yes. I have a Turtles arcade also here that has the two arcade ones. Turtles in Time and
Yeah,
oh God, what was the other one?
they have
Was it-
Hyperstone Heights. They got Turtles in Time. They got the arcade game, and
Turtle-
then
I think it was the
Manhattan-
arcade game.
That was Turtles
Okay.
Part 2. That was Part 2, and then there was Manhattan Project, which was Part 3.
I love Manhattan Project on the
Yeah.
NES.
That was good. That was good too. The arcade one, which came out in Nintendo 2 NES. I remember that one too. That was
Who's your
hard.
favorite?
That was
Who's your favorite turtle?
Me?
That was my favorite turtle.
Yeah. We
Donatello.
know you're okay. Yeah, definitely. I
Donatello.
like Leo.
What?
He's my second favorite character. I like Leonardo.
What? Michelangelo was the best. What are y'all
No.
talking about? He's deserved
No.
pizza.
No,
Michelangelo
that's-
got
that's-
me.
That's my boyfriend's
all
pick
day.
also. It's Mikey all day. But you gotta, they wouldn't have a lot of things without Donnie.
Yeah,
Gotta-
I mean,
Gotta have the brains.
Donatello was the brains, and then Leonardo was the leader.
And Michelangelo was like me, the crazy one. If I would have been a turtle, it would have been Michelangelo.
I thought you were more like Master Splinter or something.
No, that's how
No.
though.
Yo, put respect on
No,
Master
he was-
Splinter's name.
He was random foot
So you're more like Craig the Brain or something.
Oh my God, Krang? Yeah.
Krang. Oh, Krang is awesome. Krang is awesome. That was an awesome character. I remember. The Turtles.
Casey Jones was awesome.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
he
used to like
was.
Casey
Yeah,
Jones.
he was. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he
Oh, I
was.
was muted.
What? You were mute?
That's the second week in a row that happens.
Put yourself in timeout.
Yeah.
And mind you, he's
I
our
should.
tech person for the show. So he,
Yeah.
Oh,
Moment of silence for Sour. Oh
Genesis,
wait, we just had that.
Super
Genesis.
Nintendo.
Hold on, Genesis. I just got to throw it back real quick. Altered Beast was another one of my favorites.
Oh yes.
Really?
Yeah,
this is good.
terrible game.
That game was terrible.
Terrible
No.
game. Extremely hard. But I loved it. Anytime people talk about Dark Souls and Souls games, and they're like, oh, they're the hardest games ever, have not played like NES games. They haven't played Altered Beast. They haven't played Ninja Gaiden on the NES. They haven't played Ninja Turtles or Battletoads.
Oh my
Yeah.
Battletoads. That gives me my hand. You said Battletoads. My hands were like this. I was like, oh my God. That bike? Oh.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
Oh wait. We gotta play that beat song.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, that beat song. Every time that beat song goes on, I just start dancing. It gets me all.
Yeah? The
So
Jersey,
good.
Jersey Shore style?
Is there a Jersey Shore style dance?
No. We're not even gonna. It's okay. So Genesis, Altered Beast. Golden Axe, you ever play Golden Axe?
I did. I wasn't as crazy about it.
Okay.
Streets of Rage though.
Oh yes.
that was my beat 'em up.
Ooh, look,
Yeah.
look at stuff, Sean. Toe Jam and Arrow. You guys remember Toe Jam and Arrow?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I
Yes.
love
Oh,
Toe
that was
Jam and
great.
Arrow.
Yeah,
Yes,
that was great.
yes.
I
And
have plushies of them actually back here somewhere.
you have what? Flushies,
Plushies,
Plushies,
the
plushies,
stuffed animal,
plushies.
peluches.
Yeah. Peluches.
peluches.
You know what it is. Stuffed
Yeah.
animals.
Oh,
Oh,
He's-
I know,
crazy.
you
I
know
know
what?
what
Let's move
peluche
on.
is,
We're
but
not
Yep,
gonna
let's keep-
we're not let's keep going.
He's
Cool.
Moving
thinking-
on.
he's
So
trying to
so
think
so
of
now from your Genesis, did you go straight into the Super NES or did you have a
I
Game
did.
Boy?
I did. Oh yeah, of course.
Okay.
Of course. I think what I mostly played Tetris on it because that's what I remember. I had a Game Gear also. That one I remember I had what was it? Triple Trouble, I think was the Sonic game that was on it.
Yes.
Some Donald
Double
Duck
Trouble,
game.
Double Trouble. Sonic Double
No,
Trouble, I think it was.
no, it was Triple
Really?
Trouble.
Triple Trouble? Okay.
Yep. Because I think
it
it was
Tails?
Sonic, it was Tails, and I think it was Knack the Weasel. That
Knack the
very
Weasel.
obscure character.
Yeah, it reminds me of Sour Blow.
Did you ever end up getting to play the Ren and Stimpy game that came out on there?
Yeah,
or,
on Genesis?
Yeah, or no, on the Game Gear.
That's
It's probably the same one.
I don't know if I played that one, but I did
that-
play a Ren and Stimpy game.
That one was a good one. That one or Aladdin. Aladdin came out on Game Gear. That was a good one too.
The
Was
Genesis
that-
one was the best Aladdin.
Was that the same one on the SNES?
Of
So
what?
Aladdin was
Aladdin.
different on the SNES and the
Okay.
Genesis.
Yeah,
Oh,
they were different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They always had like a different thing. Also, I think Lion King had a different game too, right?
Yes, I believe.
I
so.
think
Yeah.
Lion King was mostly the same on both.
Oh,
And there was a hard game. Oh my god, they were hard
Oh
games.
Lord, Lion King.
That was Elden Ring right there.
Oh, Lord.
I don't
No,
know.
no, no.
I hear a lot of people say that, but I beat it. No, I don't want to say no problem. But I beat it back in the day. I think the hardest part was when you were adult Simba, and you just had to fight the stupid lionesses and the hyenas. It was weird.
Oh yes, and but it got easy when you become Big Simba. Yes, you started to roam the whole jungle and oh man, that was the best part. Yes,
Yeah, the roar finally did something, and it like
Yes.
stunned the bad guys.
yes. Oh my god. Oh man. What was that level? I think it was. I think it was the one the one when he's at the pond and he's singing that song from the pond, and he has to jump on top of stuff and animals and stuff, giraffes and everything.
Yes.
That's the hardest
Can't
level,
wait
the
to
har-
be king. Oh yeah,
Can't wait. That was the hardest level. Oh my
you
god.
had to change the monkeys to
Yes.
throw you in the proper spot. Yeah, it was
That was,
it was a lot.
horrible. That was horrible. Once you got past that, the game just started to get easier. After that, yeah, it's a good game. Oh man, back in the day, wow.
I'm sorry, Mr. Joanna Dark. So you mentioned SNES. Obviously the Super Mario World, Super Metroid, Super everything.
Super Castlevania. Oh, that was the best one.
Oh my god.
Kirby.
Yes.
Kirby also
Kirby.
was one of my favorites.
Okay,
Kirby
like-
Kirby Superstar.
You have
Oh.
not mentioned Chrono Trigger.
Another game I missed. I did not play.
What?
I was not a RPG person.
JRPGs.
Oh my god.
What?
No.
What?
Oh wow.
I know.
You're not
I mean, hey,
What?
not everyone's a JRPG. So we'll leave
No.
Crazy with that face. Yeah.
No.
Hey,
You
not
guys
everyone
ever
has played
played,
every game, Crazy.
You guys ever
What?
played the Kirby? I think it was Avalanche. That was kind of like a
Yeah.
okay. That game was actually fun.
That new Kirby though is
Oh, it
Ooh,
looks good.
Super Punch
I haven't
Out.
picked it up yet.
I have a Jay Vargas. I have a picture of King Hippo, and it has my head on it. They created me a King Hippo head.
Oh yeah.
Seriously.
I actually got it. I got it.
Yeah, Asarblo got it. You should put it up on the screen so people can see me with my King Hippo face. You know,
we
my
don't
big
we don't
guy.
want that.
No,
we don't want that.
It's
Yeah.
a pretty fun. Aww.
So Vanessa, what would you say out of all the consoles you've ever owned, what's your favorite console of all time?
SNES. SNES had a too many amazing games. SNES was really good. After that would probably be like the PS2 had a slew of amazing games and just started changing the genres and stuff. And then if I would give like a third place, I would probably give it to the Switch, just for being that hybrid that I can, I can play it at home, I can play it on the TV, I can take it with me nonstop and continue. And I think that was a revelation.
Okay, the Super NES, nice. I mean, no, it had some great games. I mean, you can't deny it. I mean, for me, Final Fantasy 3, Chrono Trigger, Super Mario RPG, those were some classic games. Of course, Super Mario All Stars.
Donkey
you know.
Kong Country, where you lead that.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
Donkey
fun.
Kong Country was
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
Yeah,
we
one
can
and
go on and on about Super NES.
Golden Sun.
I have a Super NES Mini over there, right here. I
Yeah.
love.
You had
I
it.
bought it and I love it. Oh man, I play lots of games on there.
Yeah.
Accident Carnage. You know what's a good game nobody talks about? Legend of Gaia. You guys remember
Oh,
that?
Yeah,
yes.
Legend of Gaia.
Secret
Legend of
Mana.
Gaia.
Secret of Mana.
Legend
was
Secret of Mana.
Secret of
Yeah,
Evermore.
there you go.
Secret of
Yes.
Evermore. Nice.
Yes.
nice.
That's all right.
That's a fun
You
little
see?
system.
So
Yes, it is. You can hack it. You can put 100 games in it.
We don't.
I wouldn't
endorse
know
that.
anything about that.
We
No,
don't endorse
don't-
that.
nope,
Yeah.
I don't.
No. Oh, okay.
crazy. I don't know what you're talking about, man. But anyway.
No,
So,
nope.
Hey.
so now that we Vanessa, now that we got a little bit of your gaming history and kind of like some of the games that kind of define your kind of your gaming career. You mentioned that you did a little bit of voice acting. You also mentioned to us that you've also worked at mom and shop, pop shops, like video game shops. So let's
I
start
did. That
there,
was
like,
that was my first job.
okay. Can you tell us? Did you work? Can you tell us about those? Like, what were the name of the stores? Anything that we know here?
Yeah, they don't exist anymore. So, well, one of them
R.I.P.
kind of still exists.
Like Booger Man.
Oof. It was called Game Box. It was in the Bronx.
Okay.
One of small mom and pop shop. The places that would get the games early, right? We would have the better used deals than GameStop and stuff like that. I hope I can mention all this stuff. Don't sue any of these guys. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it was a ton of fun. It was paid off the books, and so
Was that
money was good.
was that your first kind of job working in like a game store?
Yeah, that was actually my first job. Period. I
Okay.
lucked out. I used to hang out in the game store after school and stuff, and then just the one day there was kind of an opening, and they were kind of against it in the beginning because oh no, it's a girl. We don't want to risk hashtag Me Too's or anything like that going on, and with it,
They
but
didn't think you were a hardcore gamer?
everybody would be surprised, and the guys would come in and like, oh, you don't know anything about games, and I
And you
shut
school
them
them.
down real quick. Oh, of course, all the time, and in competitive games too. So that always felt good.
Damn,
getting
so
the games early.
you beat them and took their money.
Yeah, 100%. And kept their customer loyalty. Yeah, come back next time. Come back tomorrow. We'll go. Yeah, we'll get this game.
If I went to the store, you beat me up on video games, and you'd be like, "Hey, come back, no worries."
Yeah, and then you'd be like,
you walk out with a
okay.
copy of Booger Man.
Oh yes, I would definitely buy Booger Man. Booger Man is the game. Oh
And
man.
they will beat you up outside the store for buying that game.
Oh my
No,
god.
they won't. That was the coolest game. Everybody loved it because he burped, he farted. I remember I used to put him like across it.
So
Oh man, that was such a fun game.
then
Oh.
after that, what was the next place that you worked at?
After that, I think I took a break, and I actually, while I was in college, I worked in security a little bit. And then the manager, one of my managers that I had before Gamebox closed, his brother was a manager in another game store that was very similar. God, what was that one called? I don't remember. I remember like the internal name of it. But that one was in the Heights. So I ended up working in another video game store, more as an assistant manager. And that one, it was pretty much the same thing, except I was older and had more responsibilities and knew how to get the customers in.
Did those stores? I had a local mom and pop shop as well. It's called Boom Variety. Did you sell like imported Japanese videotapes or like stuff
Of
from Japan?
course.
Okay.
Of course. Yeah. We had like the anime DVDs, also all the Dragon Ball stuff. We had like some
Nice.
figurines. We had some gaming merch, like some T-shirts and stuff. Yeah, all of that. I remember one of the things we had, which was really cool, was when Final Fantasy 13 was coming out, we had this like import demo disc of it
Okay.
where you play like the first maybe like 30 minutes of the game or something. It was like that whole beginning scene part with lightning.
Okay.
And that was really cool. And I would just play it there and show the customers or let them play it.
Did you sell the demo disc for like an outrageous price?
No, but we used to do this funny thing where whenever we would get bored, we would just kind of like change covers and see what we can actually, sell customers. So we took a
Okay.
copy of we took a we made a copy of the Halo 1, I think it was Halo 1 or Halo 3 cover, and we put it in like a PS3 slip cover and had like photoshopped some, like the PS3 to cover the only on Xbox part on it.
This is
Or we would do
brilliant.
something and vice versa. Yeah, and we had it there and we were like, oh my, this is the only copy, we got it imported.
Vanessa, are you implying that you were Twitter before Twitter existed?
Listen, if this was on Twitter, people would go out nuts. And this one guy almost bought it. It was so bad. Like we had to completely like destroy the whole thing. We were like, are you serious? And he was like, yeah. He was like pulling out the money. He was like, yeah, let me get that. And we were like, no, it's fake. And we had to like take off the cover. Oh yeah, we had like the wrapping paper too, right? Like we carefully put the
Man.
wrapping paper
Ooh,
right
this-
back over it. Also taped it up. Real sneaky. It was
Damn.
just to have a fun time. And this guy almost bought it. And
Was
we're
he
like,
mad?
look, no, it's fake. No, I think we all had a laugh about it. He was like, oh man, I wish they would do that. I would have bought it right on the spot.
Were they from New York?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Because if it was, I'm like, really? People are like, yo, what the hell?
Oh yeah,
So
no, I've had things like, we've had threats. We've had people, like throw their stuff on the glass because we wouldn't like take it in or fix it or something like that or sell them something. So all the
af-
good New York experience.
So after you moved on from your trolling years, what was your next? Did you ever work like at GameStop or EB Games or any of those or Funkoland?
No.
Okay.
I did not care for them, and I knew they were scumbags to work for. So I was the anti-GameStop, anti-EB Game. Well, I mean, by the time I started working in the mom and pop shops, Funkoland and EB Games and stuff all like converted to GameStop. So I think it was like just GameStop and Game Express. If you've seen them around, there's a couple Game Express, but
Yeah, I've seen, but there's a place that you worked at. You're like you almost became the president of this company.
So after that, and after kind of moving me back and forth between the game store and a phone store, which I will never do again, I ended up working in Nintendo. I did not become the president of it. However, yeah, me and Reggie are great friends. I'm gonna hit him up when I go to the West Coast and see if we sit down and talk if he's there. I don't know.
You'd be like, hey, what's up, Reggie?
Yeah, I have him on LinkedIn. That means we're friends, right?
Yes. Yes.
You follow him, so that makes you friends, right?
Right. No, he followed me. Yeah, so I was in Nintendo for a few years. The flagship retail location in New York City. Not the big glamorous, one in the West Coast or Japan. It was a fun time. Obviously had more trolling days. Customers will be customers. And I used to sell the NES Classic. I was there when the NES Classic was announced, and we had like a huge release party for it. That one and the SNES. We actually had like a whole 90s theme from it. I came in dressed up really 90s. I don't have a picture to share. But it was a good time. And there was like a huge launch with a flash mob for Mario Odyssey that came out. That I was a part of that also. So that was a good
You got to
time.
meet Mario.
Oh yeah, I was there with Mario. I was there with Kirby, with Pikachu.
Nice.
That cat from Yokai.
Yokai Watch?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the cat. Yeah. Well, that's like random. Like the cat from Yokai
I know,
Watch. It's just
but
there. Like,
he was there. You know, the little mascot suit and everything.
oh wow. Like that.
Oh,
Like
man.
out of all the cool characters, this cat from this one
Yeah,
game.
the cat from Yokai. Those suits are small. Let me tell you, I wanted to be one of them, one of the mascots, and I was once. Haven't really told anybody, but
Who did you play?
at one point I was Luigi
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So
because I was too
Vanessa
tall to be
Luigi.
Mario. Just too tall to be Mario or Pikachu.
No,
Let me
you
tell
got-
you, those suits, it's like being in an oven. It's like walking around with the oven turned on to 360 degrees.
Really?
Yeah.
That's-
That's why they take frequent breaks. They're like, okay, they're gonna come back, and in the back, you're like,
And you were the official. You weren't like the ones that, if people have gone to New York City, those bootleg ones.
no,
that
not
are like-
some 42nd Street bootleg smoking out on the side with a really creepy look. No, official tissue. Those
So-
those are creepy. Those are the guys who'll like fight you on the street if you don't give them money.
Yeah, they do. It's funny that I discovered them in California. So there was a girl dressed as Supergirl, and it was a really good suit, and it was Supergirl, and I think it was I think it was Lex Luthor, whatever. I go over there and I take a picture, and again, me being Libby's like, and she literally says to me, "Where is my $2?" I was like, "What?" And then I couldn't understand. It's like, "What do you mean $2?" She was like, "Well, you took a picture of me. You have to pay me." I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
It was that late. I didn't know anyone. I said, here's $2. I just walked away. I was like, I can't believe I got hustled. I live in New York City and I got hustled in California.
That would be a good idea. $5, take a picture of Crazy Louie.
No,
Okay.
I'll pay a nickel. And then I'll be like, don't take a picture of me.
You can pay me.
That's when you do like the little like side ones. Right?
On the side.
Oh,
Keep it moving.
So, okay. So you did your Nintendo. But through all of this, like, when did you start kind of like getting into voice acting? Like, what got you? What inspired you to kind of maybe go to that?
So in college, actually, my BA, I have my BA in theater.
Okay.
So I kind of wanted to pursue something along that line also. I kind of didn't want it to go to waste, just, have it and not do anything and then just like work retail forever. But I didn't want to go be on Broadway. I can't sing, I'm not going to be on Broadway or anything. And then just to move out West Coast, there's a lot of sketchy stuff, within the acting world. I'm not trying to get slapped by Will Smith or anything. So
He would
I
touch you because he knows what's coming.
I had to throw it out there. It just
no,
happened.
no.
We could get the ratings up. So I kind of discovered voice acting, and in the beginning, right, I just thought about it like, man, I love animation, I love video games. Wouldn't it be cool if I could, I can do that? And I think I was playing Uncharted or something, and I would just hear like Nolan North, right, and his portrayal of the character, and I was like, man, that's really good. I can do that. I want to do that. And I went to this building in 44th Street and 9th Avenue. It's called Actors Connection. And we've been there, and I saw they were doing. There was a place doing video game, 101, and I tried it, and I loved it. I fell in love with it. And then it just kind of opened my eyes and my mind to the rest of voice acting, because the video game stuff, the anime stuff, right, that's all like glamorous work, right? Yeah, like, oh yeah, you're so cool because you play this person. But there's so much to voice acting than just that. There's commercials, right? There are announcers, right? And in the little radio ads, there is, the phone systems, press 1 for English and stuff like that, right? There's so many avenues, instructional videos, ESL, right? ASL things, right? There's so many, and there's so much work out there, which can, it's good money if you land some stuff. But you gotta start by practicing, right? You can't just buy a $8,000 mic and expect to it's just talking into the mic.
Yeah.
And it's
And
really
that's
not.
what I was gonna ask. What's the process for someone that maybe wants to say get into this voice acting? Because I've seen a lot of people do different things. Okay. Do you do
Training, getting training with like a good coach, and just learning the process. Not to don't get scammed by someone saying take this class for 6 weeks and you'll be making 6 figures, right? You want to avoid those. Find
Is that
a
the school
good
Chris
coach.
Pratt went to?
I mean, it worked for him. It worked for him. He's doing it. He's Mario now. He now he's my boss. No. But yeah, training is the number one thing I would say, and making sure your studio or wherever you're working is set up properly. You can have a $50 USB mic, and it can sound amazing as long as your space is treated properly. I look like the noob right now. I have my little work mic and stuff, and you have the professional mic. Is that a Rode NT1?
What, this?
Yeah.
This?
No, your mic.
My
Oh,
mic,
this is the Elgato Wave 3.
You have the Rode?
I have a Rode, but it's not
Nice.
it's not the high end Rode though. Nothing like that.
Yeah, exactly. There's so many versions.
Yeah.
I have the Blue Jetty.
The Blue Yeti. Yeah, so
Yes.
you could those are more like podcasting mics and stuff, and you gotta like kind of learn which mics are best, right? There's the open condenser mics, there's shotgun mics,
Yes.
which I use also. But yeah, as long as your space is treated and you don't have like noise bleeding in, and you can start auditioning for stuff, that's great. You don't have to spend $4,000 on a mic.
Did you set up? Do you have like your own in-house studio that you use for that stuff, or did you do everything like on site at a different location?
I do. So I when I was taking classes and stuff, it was on site, and it was in a location, and there's the professional booth and everything, soundproof,
Right. Yeah.
amazing. But when I audition, all of my stuff is in the house in my professional, like home studio, all set up.
You've got sound dampening and all that stuff throughout, like on the
Not
walls
as
and
much. So
ceiling?
I'm actually rebuilding, but sound dampening, yes. Like while I can't have it, 100%, I don't have the space or the money to have, like a soundproof booth.
Gets expensive fast. Yeah.
Oh yeah. There's a site called Studio Bricks, which basically has professional kind of booth that you can do. They have some for voiceover, and they have some for like musicians and stuff like that, I believe. And those are like in the tens of thousands of dollars for that. Yeah, I think maybe it starts at like 8,000. I'm like, I don't got that kind of money.
No.
At least,
That's a
yeah.
lot.
Lies.
I got to start booking stuff.
Yeah.
But
Have
as
you-
long as
have you-
your area is just treated, properly, so you don't have your voice bouncing back from, like bare walls and you're all covered up. You can even have, like the little pipes and moving blankets, right? So
yeah.
as long as as long as it kind of dampens the sound, you're good.
So and maybe you already touched on this a little bit, but like if someone like myself, if I wanted to get involved in something like that and I wanted to track that down or start down that path, Are there good resources that are like easy to find online or anything that you'd recommend?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't have any websites on the top of my mind right now.
Sure.
But there are definitely like coaches and people who make videos, like, beginner videos also, like where should you start, and kind of like follow those steps.
Like
And
YouTube videos and stuff.
yeah, voice actors are always, putting themselves out there also, and trying to give advice for new folks who want to come in, and just kind of learn the business. So definitely finding a good coach, who is
I'll
vetted
coach you.
by people. Yeah.
I'll
Crazy.
coach you.
You're gonna
I'll
coach me.
coach you. Yes, I can.
Yeah, I don't vet
coach him
that.
into being banned and copyright strike. That's what you do.
What?
Yeah, I
was
don't
already-
vet that. I can't co-sign on that.
Crazy. I'm
But-
already the banished. I don't need help with that. We're good.
Oh man, I mean, I understand. I understand what you're saying though, because back when I was in high school, I used to do theater. I was crazy for theater. I used to dress up as girls and stuff like that. Wear wigs. That's how.
So is
I
that
am
where
because-
Fifolina came from?
Yeah, pretty much it
Probably.
did. Yeah, Fifilina came from, because here's the thing though. I remember I had a teacher. His name was Mr. Mastranger. He was a really good teacher though in theater, and he taught me a lot of things. And for example, what she's saying that is true though. For this, you need a coach. You need to be really coached. You need to have somebody on top of you, because like for me, I'll give you an idea. Every day, I was telling Sour Blue this morning. I was explaining to him something. I even sent him a video yesterday of me talking and expressing myself. Like, you know how I say my good mornings?
Mhm.
For me to say my good mornings, I pause from there to here, from there to here. I walk like 20 times just to sum up the idea. How am I going to say
To
good
say
morning? Just to say hello, because the thing
I'm
is,
just kidding.
no, I'm not kidding you though. I mean,
there's more to it than that.
That's why his
Gee.
tweets take forever. There's more to it too.
yeah. And then I grab it and I start saying it, and all of a sudden I get blocked right in the middle of it, and I go, I have to go back and restart, and then I pounce again. Okay, I said this. Let me and get my ideas straight. So when I do it, it sounds all natural, But I had to retry it a couple times, and so that's what I'm saying. If I had like a coach on me, say, hey man, you gotta do this, you gotta fix that. What she like how she does it. She has a coach on her to get better and better, and yeah. That's how that thing works. It's hard. It's a hard thing.
Crazy touched on something really important also, which a lot of the things that people are looking for now is that conversational tone, right?
Yes.
It's a lot harder also because you're not on camera, right? You're not looking at another person. You are reading a script, and it's you can't just sound like I am reading the script, and it just sounds, very robotic, and the person listening is like, oh, I can see them reading, the script, and it just comes out sounding really bad.
You've got to be really animated.
So that's why I walk up and down, because sometimes when I'm recording myself, good buddy, the crazy one, and then it just start the subject on what I'm going to say. Sometimes like, hey man, I sounded too robotic. I sounded too bad.
Crazy.
I gotta go back.
How do you prepare when you do your shower ones?
Want to do my shadow ones?
He doesn't prepare for those.
He doesn't.
The thing, here's the thing though. I don't last that long. I don't in the shower. It's only like a 10 or 15-second thing. So I look at it and just like, hey,
Wait. I'm not gonna go down. You just proved why you take 10 showers, because you only take 15 to 10 seconds. Like what is that? That's like a cat just like.
Oh, that's like recording the
That was
video.
literally enough time to be like, oh, I'm wet. Now I have to dry
Who just goes
myself
into the
off.
shower, 10, 15 seconds,
Oh.
hello, and then...
Hey, no. But
10, 15 seconds is not even enough for me to test the temperature of the water to
Yeah,
make sure it's safe
seriously.
to go in.
Yeah.
No, but here's the thing though. But I'm in the shower, right? I'm already shampooing my head and stuff. Sometimes I grab the cell phone and be like, hey, what's up, and I say something really quick. For me, it's a lot more easier than to say good morning, deliver.
So how do you get the soap out if you only do 10 to 15 seconds? Like
Dude, because I close the phone now. Because what do you expect? You want me to watch? Do you want me to video myself the whole shower? No,
No.
I'm not gonna do it.
No.
Oh,
What
that
I'm
would
saying
not be
is,
nice, though.
I want to know the timing. You said 10 to 15 second showers. How do you take the soap out?
No. I never said 10 to 50-second showers. No. This is what I do though. I get in the shower, and if, like, for example, the other day when I wrote on Fun Speculation, right, on XUP, I was like, I'm gonna go take a shower. Pong was like, Louis, are you in the shower? Is this true? And so I grabbed myself a real quick. I was like, yes, Pong, I am in the shower. I am right now, shampooing my head and everything. And yeah, I did it really quick. It's something real quick though, And
Okay.
that's it.
Thank
That's
you.
it. And then I just shut the cell phone off, put it over there because of course we don't want the cell phone to fall. Like Sarah said, I swear to God, one day the cell phone's gonna fall. We don't want that to happen, which it has
will
happened
happen.
before.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So,
real quick.
Thank you. Let's run this back here. Vanessa, have you? Oh, Sour sorry, you had questions.
Oh no, I was gonna say that it's
Yeah.
funny that yesterday in the gaming lobby we had a guest, Abra. Shout out to him, and he's actually starting to do some voice acting. But
Oh yeah.
I need to see. I don't. I think I recall him saying he's doing it on his own. So everything that I'm listening today, I'll ask him to see. I don't know if he knows English though, because it's a Spanish podcast.
Yeah, he does.
He does.
does, he
Okay.
does.
So
Yeah,
I'll
he
tell him
does.
to watch this episode because there's things that Vanessa's saying that he might find very interesting. For him.
Yeah, absolutely. Do your research is what I can say also.
I am going to kill you all. Brad O.D. said, I don't last that long in the shower at Crazy Louis Gaming. And he just put it on Twitter. I'm going to kill you all.
Yeah, you did it on yourself.
No.
That's not our fault,
Yeah.
Crazy. That's
We
yeah.
don't do anything. You
Yeah.
share too much,
Yeah.
and we don't.
You're-
We just let you sink yourself.
I don't
That's all.
wait,
You're like Tobias in
Okay,
Arrested
okay.
Development. You're like Tobias in
Yeah.
Arrested Development.
Yeah,
It's like,
yes,
I'm
you
just
are.
going to give you a
Tobias.
recorder. I'm going to
Yeah.
give you a recorder so you can just carry it around with you when you say things.
No worries. One day I'm just gonna, like I said, one day we're gonna do a podcast, me in the shower. No worries. I'll do that one day.
You do that
Okay.
one day.
Yes, I'll do
That's
that one day.
the day. We already have a PR statement when that happens, so don't worry about it. So,
Right.
Vanessa, have you?
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say. Let me ask you this. How do voice actors what is your way of like if you were to look for a job, for example, like what would be your process on that?
Like a voice acting job?
Yes.
So there's a lot of different ways. You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket, because then if that fails, right? If the roof is falling over your head, you have to move, and you have to have something else in your pocket, right? You can't put 100% of your reliability and your workflow into one part. So there are websites, right? There's like voices.com, voices123, things like that. And those are, we call them pay to play, because you sign up for it, you pay for the yearly membership, which could be like $300-400. There's like different tiers, right? And you should be able to make your money back, right, by getting hired. You should have a demo, a professionally recorded demo, which you would get with your coach when they believe you're ready. So if you're going to pursue commercials, everyone should have a commercial demo, because that's kind of like the main thing that's out there, and they pay a lot. So and sometimes even if you're going for animation, right, or video games, they want to hear the real you. They want to hear you, not the character, always. So there are websites, there are agents, right? If you can find and land an agent or freelance. I freelance with a couple of agents, and they'll send some stuff, and I'll audition for it, and hope I get one. And then there is direct marketing. Being a voice actor is very much being a small business and reaching out to clients and doing all that research, and it's a lot of work that I've been slacking in. But that is one of the ways that you'll kind of get like consistent work, right? If I was looking at a small gaming company, that's coming up, and I'll look for the person who's in charge of hiring talent and just kind of reach out to them, cold email, cold calls, things like that, and see if they need, if they're looking for voice actors in their roster, and just things like that. So there's a lot of different ways to get it, but it's a lot of work, and it's very much you being a small business person and kind of taking control of that.
Awesome.
That's cool.
And have you had any roles that you can speak about that you were part of?
No.
Nothing. Okay.
So I did this really cool thing, but I signed an NDA for it, and I don't know when it comes out, like when those characters come out. It was for a game, and I was really excited for it. But I did some other stuff, like I did some IVR stuff, for like small companies that press 1 for English, and I did it in like English and Spanish, and I did a couple other like smaller things, but no like big national commercial gig yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
you speak Spanish, right, Vanessa? Right?
I do. Sometimes a little bit, un poquito.
Where you from, though? I mean,
was
your
gonna ask that.
family. Yeah.
I am Puerto Riqueña. Well,
okay.
my
Ah,
mom is from Puerto Rico, but I was
Right.
born here, so I am very much a New Rican.
That's cool. That's cool. No Rican. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Oh
So
man.
so I guess our kind of our final question before we get into the topic of the day, which is going to be Halo. You know, tell us how how you got to Microsoft and how you got to Xbox, and maybe you can tell our community a better description of what we do at Xbox.
Oh, I'd love to hear your
You know,
description of it if I can
well,
do better.
so for me, it's like I'm Cole from Martin. They just think I have a job, but they don't know exactly where I work.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
you for the show, Martin, the guy who they go, you ain't got no job.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
you
that
just.
one, that one.
Oh
oh my
my
goodness,
god.
Martin was
Oh
so
lord.
good.
Yes, he
Um,
was.
but so yeah, so I was in Nintendo, and I was looking for more. I was very much stuck in that place, and I wanted to do more. I felt like I wasn't gonna go anywhere or move up at all. So it was time to go, and there was kind of a mass exodus of a lot of us. A lot of people went to Apple. I went to Microsoft. Um, there was the Microsoft store, and I saw it, and I was amazed. I was like, "Wow, this is an experience store." Because ours, the Nintendo store is very much it's more retail-y, right? There's a ton of stuffed animals, shirts, games, all of this, but it's not as much of an experience unless there's like something specific going on. And I felt like the Microsoft store was like the coolest place. Um, I didn't feel the same like 3 years later, but I'm just kidding. No, I really much enjoyed my time, and I was so ecstatic to be there. I really wanted to stay within kind of like the gaming realm, right? I didn't kind of want to move on and go work in some company that I didn't care about, and just kind of fake it all day. Um, but Microsoft was something I can really, get behind. I love their software, their hardware, um, Xbox, of course. I on the Xbox One, I was on there like every night, every time after work we would go home and just play Overwatch or like something on the Xbox, and it was amazing. So it was all things I can get behind, and I did a bunch of things. I hosted one of the coolest things I ever did was host this women in gaming event, and I got some of the voice actors from Overwatch and another voice actor friend who actually did a few video games as well. Her name is Ivy Dupler, and she's amazing. So I kind of got to bring in my voice acting community and whatnot. And that was one of the coolest things. And Microsoft has an amazing kind of just branch, like just this branch of growth, that if you find something and you go for it and you network enough, you can move on, you can move up, and you can do better for yourself. And I was me and Mr. Joanna Dark, were really fortunate to end up moving up. And now I'm part of Team Xbox. I get to work from home. That is one of the most exciting things. We get to work remote. So it wasn't kind of like a forced, the only way to move up and do better for yourself and move to corporate was to pack your bags and move to like the specific location, to the corporate building. So just all the opportunities that came, and it was amazing. And I still get to do support. Support is one of my favorite things to do. I just naturally love helping people. So explaining what we do. We get a lot of customers. Yeah. We do one-to-many support, so we don't do kind of like the one-on-one, one-to-one support. Well, they'll call and be like, okay, we'll try doing this. We try to do that, but kind of on a grander scale. But we also kind of get to influence, right? We get to reach out to other branches of Xbox support and pick their brain, or give out suggestions and work on specific things and have that bit of influence to kind of make the experiences better and learn better for ourselves. So that way, full circle, we can help the customers or bring the concerns and the voice of the customers to them and be like, hey, a lot of people are saying this, or this is not working. This isn't, we should probably look into this.
Yeah, so to kind of chime in and piggyback what Vanessa's saying is, I said it last week on the show, right? How do you provide feedback? So the best way, if you're on an Xbox console, is you download this little app called Report a Problem.
Please.
In that application, if you have issues, say, with any games that come out, or even current games, the only way we're going to know there's an issue is when you submit one of these bugs. Because what happens is we take a look at that bug, and then we can kind of tell if you or many other people are being affected. Because like Vanessa said, right, we do one-to-many support. So in making sure that we take care of you, we also want to make sure that that same issue that other people millions of gamers are having, we can also fix it. On the PC side, we have the Xbox app, and you can do the same thing in the Xbox app when you hit feedback and you hit report a problem. And this is where our team comes in, and kind of the dynamic that she was explaining, where we get the opportunity to work with all parts of Xbox. So, everybody talks about Jason Rondo. Well, guess what? There's calls that Jason Rondo on there that looks at some of the support things to make sure that we're doing all the things. And we're everywhere. When you go to supportxbox.com, when you come into the community to our forums, that's another way to get help. And we're also there in those forums, making sure that things that may go unnoticed, are there. It's always great, social media, Twitter, right? Everybody goes there. They go to the Xbox support Twitter. That's cool. They're there. But I think the best way to put in there is submitting that feedback. And like anything else, right? With when it comes to support, do understand that sometimes it's, we are listening, we are hearing. It does take time because like anything else, technology, it can break down. But that's the best way, and that's the best. I would say anytime you want to, provide feedback to Xbox on any issues, that Report a Problem app is awesome. It allows you to literally voice, even asking for features or things that you're passionate about. That's the best way to kind of give that feedback through there. And yeah, like Vanessa said, it's been great to, Vanessa and I were kind of like this, that when we were trying to apply this job, and happy that we've joined the team and we've learned so much. And as two people that are passionate about gaming, it's just awesome to also be able to not only be passionate about it, but also give back by helping people get back to gaming, which is another important thing.
And the more feedback that's there, the more they will listen to it, right? If there's a big problem and you don't report it, right, then everybody says, oh, I'm not going to report it, whatever. But if everyone reports that same problem and it just keeps growing, it's going to get the attention of more and more people. So whatever issue you're having, if something's not working, or you've tried everything, and you just don't know if it's a hardware problem or a user error, right? Report that problem. The engineers will look at it. And I was able to. I was talking to a customer about that. It was a weird like visual glitch thing, and I thought they just didn't really set up their video settings properly, right? With they had an older TV, and I was like, try this and that, try changing this, and then I got them to report the problem so that they can look at it, and I believe it ended up being kind of like a hardware thing, and I was able to suggest them, to send it out. It was an Xbox Series X, right? So if you're having an issue with it, send it out, get it repaired, or get a new one and such. But it's so valuable.
There was an example real quick. There was a bug that, unless you're playing this game, you would have never discovered it. And it so happened that someone reported this through our forums, which is another way you can definitely go out there and get the community. And I was able to reproduce the steps on my end because I have my PC and I have my Xbox. And it so happened that because this person reported it and some people started saying, hey, I have the same issues, we were able to connect with the third party, partners or developers to let them know, hey, what can we do to fix this issue for this person or for this game? And it so happened that we were able to uncover that just a little setting, the best way to correlate it is Alien Colonial Marines. After many years of that game, of course, getting dragged through the dirt, they found out that there was a misspelling in the code. So let's just say that similar to this situation, there was something there that maybe caused something, and then it was great that somebody reported this so we could able to fix it. So anyone who actually goes and plays the game now, they don't run into the same issues. So it's little things like that you may think, oh, I'm gonna go out and just scream it into the onto the outside like we get frustrated. But no, definitely report it that way. It'll be seen, it gets amplified, and we're always trying to find ways to make sure that we get you just back to gaming.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is ultimately what we want to do.
I think you did a better job.
We just
though,
want
of
everyone.
explaining it.
Yeah. I tried.
Yeah.
It's weird being like on the corporate side now, because now people are reaching out to me like through LinkedIn or like at other places, like, how do I get into that? How do I have like a similar title, and I always wanted to get into Xbox and I love gaming, and it's hard. I was like, what was your journey and what were your steps, and how can I get in? And it's like, check the careers website. I don't know. It's not as like simple.
I would say get a career website, which is one thing Vanessa said, and then also look at your social media platforms like LinkedIn. Tell a story. LinkedIn, people are looking for there, or anywhere you use to look for a job. It's very important to make sure that you keep your information up to date and that you really find a way to tell a story of who you are. One of the hardest things I think, as we were in a pandemic and everything, is how do I know who Vanessa is? How do I know who Sourblow is? If you're not really putting, the proper stuff and everything in there. I put pictures galore, and I told the story to show them that I was a fan, but also what I've been doing throughout my entire career and so forth. So I think that's also important. Yeah. And if you're on social media and you want to be a troll, I would say, be nice. Don't say anything that you're going to regret, because again, we live in a digital world.
Yeah.
That information is out there. So that's another
Look
thing
how
that many companies
look how
look at.
many people, like famous people, right? Or they end up like breaking out and becoming big, and then companies find a tweet that they
Oh,
said
yes.
like 10 years ago,
Yep.
Yeah.
and it just completely like derails their momentum, and nobody
Yeah.
wants to work with them anymore because of this foul thing. So social media, yeah, Mr. Joanna Dark, you hit it on the head. It's so important, just to bring it back, even especially as a voice actor, right? You have to promote yourself and your business, and you have to reach out to people, and they have to know who you are, and what you can do, and what you can deliver. But be careful. Be careful what you put out there, and remember, there are human beings on the other side, reading this stuff.
That's why I always give love to people, love and hugs. I don't go to war with anybody. Always a lot of love and a lot of hugs. That's
Yeah,
my
wait
motto.
till you see your shower videos. But Crazy Lou, before I'm sorry,
Oh, I was
go,
gonna say
Salvo.
I have a quick question for the panel. It could be for anyone.
What's
Because
up? What's up?
I'm kind of like the new Xbox guy. I jumped basically at the end of the last generation, and I noticed something that Vanessa said about Microsoft. She mentioned a word. She said the experience, and I have noticed that Microsoft stores, I think probably since they started doing the Surface or so, they bring you like this great experience in the store. Like you go in and it's like a wow experience. And I don't know if Xbox had been doing it before, but especially this generation, I know this generation they are. From the moment you get your console, you open the console up, you're getting like that great experience, all this feature and everything like that. Is that something that was also done, do you feel, in the previous Xbox, or is this something that you feel that's highlighted
I
in this
I
one?
want to say it's been getting better
Okay.
with each generation, and especially with kind of after Phil Spencer took over. I want to say it's been getting a lot better. It's been more gaming and more for the players, and that experience. And you open the box and it's just like so beautifully packaged, and it was so easy to open and just like start and put it up and set it up right away. um, I believe I want to say, yeah, I want to say in the middle of last generation, it's been getting better because the beginning of last generation was god awful.
Well, I
One,
didn't
But
experience that, thanks
I'll say
God.
this, right? I was around the Kinect and the 360, and to kind of Vanessa's point is, two different philosophies. Our stores kind of built our culture when it comes to making sure we give that customer experience, like you were saying, Sarah Blow. So when someone came, whether for tech support, whether to come in, just we promoted our consoles, we promoted our ecosystem the way you see it now. But of course, like Vanessa said, when Phil Spencer came over, it got amplified, meaning we started actually building the stuff that was there, like the foundation, but then really, really putting out that foundation, and then from there, kind of building up. And yeah, anyone that came, to the Fifth Avenue store or any Microsoft store always knew there's a section for Xbox. There's TVs to people. We had events. We had coding events. We have all these workshops to really amplify that. When you come to the Microsoft store, it's going to be an experience, whether you want to learn, whether you want to purchase something. Um, making sure that we always had a solution for you. We provided you with the best service, and you see it in the box too. The way the attention to detail, how you open it up, the packaging, the way you start up the system. We walk people through that. We tell them, hey, you don't have internet? Hey, let's hook you up to our Ethernet here so you can get an update, get some games on there, and then pack it right back up. Then when they get home, they're authenticated, and all they're worrying about is playing games.
Yep.
Along that same vein, like you said, going back to Xbox 360 times and stuff, right? Like a lot of it, even just on the packaging side, things were overcomplicated, overpackaged at that point in time, right? Like you look at the Xbox 360 system alone, and it was just like a barrage of cardboard and paper as you were opening it, trying to get to the system. And you look at like the controller packages, right? It was that blister packaging of the plastic, and it was a nightmare, right? But like you look at where the company has come to now, in the fact that you've got those easy peel strips, and as soon as you open up that package, the hardware, whether it be the controller, the Xbox, whatever, it looks like it's ready to pop out and be plugged in like immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the fact that the company has been really conscious about the amount of resources that they're using, right? Like you look at the packaging now, and it's very purposeful, it's very minimalistic, and it also helps because I know Microsoft's very geared towards doing the zero carbon emissions, right? I
Yep.
forget what their timeline is, but it's like early 2030 or mid 2030. They want to be like zero carb emission, like across the board. And so it's really cool to see stuff like that, like seeing those steps forward. And granted, like it's been a while since we're talking 360 times, but you look at the drastic steps that they've taken, and it's awesome to see.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, kind of the whole thing, not to be cliche, you are the center, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that detail is basically, you know, focusing on the customer experience, right? One of the things on support side is how do we help you help yourself, right? How do we continue to make some of our support articles or support tools that are readily available on your Xbox
Yeah.
easy for you to solve it for yourself without having to go through the lines, during the holidays, lines are busy,
Yeah.
people are calling, hey, I lost this. So it's great that if you go again into that report a problem app, Xbox Assist in there, it has a lot of the things that you would think about just there for you. Support.xbox.com. Type in any error code because at the end of the day, we want to make sure that we're helping you
Mm.
the site is smart enough to provide you with the answers that you need.
Also,
It's not always perfect. I'm sorry.
for me, the best thing is the Xbox Insider that I started. I looked at it. I was like, wait, this looks pretty cool. I just started to really notice more into it, and now it's like I have a job. It says, hey, if you find an error, please share it with us. Post it
Mhm.
on here. You got to go here. You will post it on here, and that will send it to get fixed. And I was like, okay, this is so cool. And so I was like, let me see how this works. So I did it, and I was like, whoa, this is awesome. And it's so cool that you and it's something you got to keep on checking because, like, for example, um there's two betas that we played this weekend. I mean, there was two betas, right? No, one, which is the Evil Dead beta. But right now, I just subscribed to another beta inside the Xbox Insider. I forgot the name of it, but it's pretty cool that in that you can do all that stuff and it gets you insider all that stuff, and that's pretty cool that you can do those betas and those things, and also that you can report right direct to the support right there in your
Hmm.
Xbox and say, "Hey, man, here's a problem here. I just like for example that your character gets stuck on a thing, or you do a video or something that happened, and just right there directly, and you send it over there. Yeah,
Yeah,
It helps you
it's
be involved
yeah, yeah,
directly.
absolutely. And I think that's one of the coolest things is that Microsoft and Xbox has been so conscious with what they're doing and their approaches and, bringing people along and being part of the experience again with the whole experience, right? Now, like Louis said, I feel like I'm part of it, and I was like, oh, I saw this, I should report it, like I want to be part of, the solution, so that when it comes out later, like for the general audience, um, it's flawless.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
accessibility has been another like major thing that the company has been really, really focused on. Um,
yeah.
so all of that, I
Like
I, I respect it.
like I said, it's pretty cool that you get to try something. Like it's closed. You get to try it, and you're like, okay, I found this, and you report back. They give you a survey because there's something I like about Microsoft. Each when the game comes out, and they know you bought the game. For example, they always give me surveys, and hey, I love to sit down and answer my surveys and explain. Hey, man, I had this experience. I had this. I had that. Give them my reviews if I liked it or not. The surveys are so much fun. I always fill the surveys up because that brings them information on the stuff that actually happens in the game or had happened in the game. So yeah, it's
Uh,
pretty cool that they do have that insider program and have all that stuff, and people need to learn about this and get into it so they can have fun with it too and learn
you,
all the
you,
stuff that's in there. But
people always ask about how do you give constructive feedback, how do
yeah,
you make
yeah,
sure, and that's the best way, that's how you
yeah,
improve cloud gaming, that's how you improve everything. um because again, right, it's the voice of the customer, and you know you know your voice of the
But
customer is
actually
not going
tell
to be
us.
on somewhere. Yeah, so
But actually
we
tell
want,
us. Don't, like you said, make it constructive. Don't just say
yeah,
this sucks. I hate
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's like that
Yeah.
doesn't.
If well, and
What did you hate?
grab it and throw it in social media. Look, it goes through the
well, but
trees.
you know no,
even
that's
just
that's not
like
the way.
Man.
even if you're
Mm.
upset or you're frustrated about the situation, like there's a right way to do it, right? Is like you can still say I don't like this, but
Yep.
have something more than that. Like don't just come to them with a problem. Say like,
Exactly.
hey, I don't like this. Is there a possibility that you could do something like this? Or I didn't like this, but I liked this. It's like that criticism whether like just as long as it's constructive or it's useful. That's the big thing, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And yeah,
Yeah.
that's the best. We sometimes, if you put sucks, that's not going to tell us a lot.
No.
Give us more things, and we definitely look into the things like
Yeah,
that. So
they actually say, hey man, like I said, they had a box in it, but because I tried it out, just like let me see how this works, and it says you put the picture or the video that it has upon me, you explain right there, hey man, I'm having an issue with this, send it, and that's it, and they'll take notice, say, hey, this happened here.
and
Yeah,
one
that's
thing,
one of the coolest things about Report a
Yeah.
Problem also right now is that you can add a screenshot. If you are actually like stuck and there's a visual glitch there, you can attach that.
You can
Or
attach
like
it,
I think a 30-second clip, as long as you don't exit to the dashboard, because then it'll kind of give out like personal information and stuff. Just you can add a clip of where it shows where it went wrong.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you can plug a keyboard into your Xbox, so that way you can type in case you don't want to use your key. So you can just any USB keyboard and just plug in and type what you want to type, and then that's it. You're done.
Or get the keyboard for the Xbox controller, which is pretty cool. You just attach it right there, and you just get it with the typing.
I don't think we have them though anymore.
I haven't
You
seen
don't
that since
have that anymore?
360.
Oh my
No.
god, that was the best thing out of Xbox, man. I was like, oh man, it was like a cell phone right there.
You know
Yeah.
what though?
Oh,
Leave
that
some
chat pad.
feedback.
Yeah, I love that.
What?
Yeah, I used to feel like I was like in a sidekick or something. I was just like,
Yes, that was
Yeah, the
awesome. I used to
sidekick,
love. No, I think Xbox One did have it though. Xbox One did have the keyboard control. I think they do. Okay.
I think there might have been like one. It might have been third party, or it might have been just like very early on, and
Nope.
there's no more.
It's gotta be in there. Let me look for Xbox One keyboard
so
controller.
so we can get Vanessa out of here because it's getting late. Let's talk really quick about this Halo show, and
Oh,
this will be
yes.
that's yeah.
I'm ready.
So, there's been a lot of thoughts. And the key thing before I kind of get to the questions, get to Vanessa, has been about Master Chief's helmet coming off. So I took this quote today that came out from 343 to kind of break down, and I think it makes sense, right? This is the one thing that we keep explaining. And this is the quote. This is coming via IGN, just the source. The games are a place where you can step into the boots of humanity's greatest hero while playing as him and see
Ooh.
through his eyes. This means Master Chief is a vessel for your adventure and allows players from all over the world to become the one who saves the day. The sense of ownership or shared authorship of the character really derives itself from the interactive framework that defines video games as a medium. Uh, I think there's a typo, but I'm going to skip that. The player is given agency to act upon the world given to them. That freedom gives a unique sense of co-creating the story to some extent because you are part of it. That is the heart of what gaming is, because you ask a dozen people about how they handled a single encounter, you'll probably hear a dozen times. This is the last part. Television, on the other hand, is a totally different medium to video games. And that changes the approach to how stories are told, how the viewer experiences it. The participatory, interactive aspect that defines gaming is not there, which, much like the books, comics, and other media over the last 20 years, brings its own challenges and opportunities for telling a great Halo story and a great drama. I'm sorry, the person's called Wakeford that was talking. Revealing the Chief's face was one of those things. Cool. I love that because it kind of, breaks exactly what we've been discussing with this show. So, Vanessa, you finally jumped in. You probably did your Game Pass perks. You got yourself Paramount Plus. What was your thoughts on So, what were your thoughts on the first episode? Second, what didn't you like? And then I want to know what you thought about the elites and kind of like the characters. How did they look? The effects.
Yeah, so when I was watching it, I was a little confused at first, right? It kind of like started like in this village with these people, and I was like, who are these people? Why should I care about them? Kind of thing. It's like, oh, are they just kind of like fodder? Is this part of the story? I don't know, right? And I was just like watching it, so it was a little confusing at first. But then you see the elites and you see the aliens, and
Yeah.
I thought visually they look amazing. They look
Okay.
big. They look menacing. And I was impressed visually. It's definitely impressive. And I liked it. They had the ship and everything. I definitely agree with what you read out. The games, telling the story through games is very much different than television and shows. And in the shows you have to connect with the characters, right? You have to care about these people. And it's very hard to connect with just like a suit, right? A suit of armor. You can't see the emotions, you can't tell what they're feeling and everything. So I'm probably going through this out of order and and whatnot, but I didn't hate that they took the helmet off. I thought they were gonna save it for like the last episode, and I was very shocked to see it like in the first episode that they just kind of did it there.
Let me ask you now that you're talking about this.
Hmm.
Did you think that at that scene, right? Was and I'm gonna for everyone here who hasn't watched this trailer show, this is a spoiler. Did you think at the time when he was seeing that girl, do you think that was the right time or did it make sense to take off the helmet?
Yes, I think it made sense, and that's why I didn't hate when he did it, because it was to build trust, right? It was to build trust with her, right? He told her straight up, you're not gonna kill me. Uh, after he already said spoilers, so when she took his gun, right?
Yeah.
He's like, you're not gonna kill me because I have a suit of armor and I can just and that's it. Um, so to kind of show that vulnerability and to build that trust with this person who does not like him very clearly, um, is just giving that chance. It's like, okay, I'm gonna show you, you can't kill me like this, but you know, now you can. Now you have the choice, right? You can choose to try and kill me. Um, and then you get to connect with um Chief right there also, right? You get to see his face, his emotions or lack thereof, as he's going through this confusing mess, right? Trying to
Do,
find who he is. So I thought it was appropriate.
do you think that he was trying to show her that he was human, even though because in the beginning they say Spartans are just killing machines? Do you think
Right.
that also was a foreshadowing to show her like, hey, I'm also human, so let me show you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's all part of that trust. It's to show I'm human. I'm like you, I looking at something again, it's like you can't see what a suit is feeling, right? You just see this killing machine, and in your mind, right, he killed her mom, she said. It's like, oh, Spartans are murderous, political tools. Um, so by revealing that, it's like, yeah, I'm like you, um, and I want you to trust me because I'm trying to save your life.
Yeah,
Um, so it worked.
I think what they're trying to do also, so I can get to excuse me to Sour Blow is humanize Chief, right? That's one of the things that 343 did in the game, and I think now with the Halo TV series, they have a chance to start from the beginning to kind of tell you the stories that we've only either read in codex or heard about through the lore, and kind of really make John who he was. He was a human being who's been augmented inside the suit. Um, so Sour thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on the first episode? What did you like about it? Your thoughts on the enemies, and this whole thing about Master Chief, taking his helmet off and showing his face.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna start directly with the helmet part. I completely agree with Vanessa, and to add to her point, also, you gotta understand something in the video game. You are Master Chief. How are you gonna portray that? In a series, in a movie, you can't do that because we can't all be Master Chief. You can't. And we
Halo
can't really
Infinite become
envision
right.
that. Yeah.
Halo Infinite become. Yeah.
Yeah. So you kind of, I think you kind of have to understand, like Vanessa said, you gotta humanize Master Chief. You gotta show emotions, which is part of series, movies, all the great movies and great TV series. You got great actors that portray, portrays characters that you end up, either loving or hating, but it's because of the acting, and how are you gonna see the acting with with the suit? You're not able to see that. I also agree with her. I love the way the TV series looked. Uh, maybe maybe I had low expectations, but I thought it looked amazing, and that part surprised me. And I think for the first episode, I think it did a pretty good job. I mean, it got me hooked, and it got me excited to see and more. I want to see where they go.
I got Doom vibes when he went first person, and he was just
Yeah.
like, I was like,
Oh,
oh,
that,
okay,
that
okay,
was so
they a
cool
little bit
the
nuts.
way they did it. I was a little
Yeah.
bit sketchy because I heard they were gonna do that. I think I read it somewhere,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I was thinking like, how is that gonna look though? In a TV series. But I think
Yeah.
they did amazing with the way they switch angles and cameras. I think they did a great job.
I felt the elite at first. I was like, oh man, they've been eating good. Little hefty guys there, they've been eating good. Post pandemic, weight they had, and I was like, all right, let's go. But the prophet of I think the one they showed, I was really impressed how accurate to the game it
Yeah.
looked. Like looking all skinny and slithery. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, okay.
I can't wait to see the grunt. So
Oh yes, you're playing them, right?
They're playing,
Aren't you
yep.
voicing them?
Yep. Yeah, you are.
That was his first voice acting gig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
A Master Chief.
they're hilarious. Though. In Halo Infinite, they're hilarious.
Citizen.
Silent Cipher, man. What are your thoughts on the first episode? What did you like? What do you hope also to see? Maybe any other characters you want to see?
Yeah, so I really enjoyed it. It was nice because I got to sit down and I got to watch it with my son too. Which again, just like when I was talking about playing Command and Conquer with him, it's cool for me to be able to transfer some of those things over to my son and to my daughter and let them get to try these things and like help them understand the reasoning as to why I'm so into them myself. It's like I can only push it on them so much. I have to let them be their own individuals and let them decide what they want. But it's like, with this episode, I feel like for the TV series, it was a good foot forward. I really enjoyed it. And, I get the feel of it maybe not feeling completely like Halo, but there's so much going on Halo around everything that's happening, like with the new Master Chief and stuff, that it still feels very Halo, like still very grounded in that time.
Yes.
Like even if it wasn't supposed to be 117, like it, I don't think it really matters too much to me. It could be a different Spartan, I wouldn't really care. But I will say there is one critique that I saw that kind of messed with me, and it was I think it was one of the assault rifles fell to the ground, and I think it was when they went to first person once or twice. It got like really CG looking, which everything else looked so spot on. But those one or two times I was like, it was weird. It just was jarring because everything else felt so dead on with the quality. And when I saw that, I was like, that's strange. But it's like my son didn't catch it. He didn't care. I was just being over technical. But no.
Can I mention, since you mentioned a critique, there was one thing also that I had noticed, which was a little weird to me, was during the fight when the Spartans came and they were fighting the elites and whatnot.
Right.
Everybody was shooting the elites, right? Everybody like in this village was shooting them, and nothing pierced through them. Their regular guns and stuff didn't pierce through until the Spartans came, and I guess they have these like super guns that actually got through the armor. But then Chief loses his gun and picks up one of the guns that they were using to shoot it that didn't get through them before, but all of a sudden he picks it up and he's using it.
Yeah.
And it
the
like
minigun,
blasts right through them.
But that's he knows how to use it. That's the thing.
That I was like, weren't they just shooting them with that? That don't make no sense.
Here's a logic, right? That's like playing big team battle, and somebody has a pistol, and the other person, has a crossbow. But since you're really good, you can still. I couldn't kill you with a crossbow, but somebody else did because they're that good. So the
Yep.
chief,
Yeah,
the
that's
chief,
like
it's
me
all about
using
the
the,
chief.
the gun and
Yeah.
then somebody more experienced shooting the same guy that I was shooting who never died, and then
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
finally died. You're right.
We should report they were cheating in the movie, in the TV show.
Cypher, I will
wanna-
throw it back to you.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, I was just the only other thing I was gonna say is, him taking off his mask. I thought it was cool. For me especially, and you touched on it as well earlier, but I felt like it was a really good opportunity for them to humanize him and put him in a situation where like he's trying to make this person feel better, right? Situation's a mess, and this is his moment where like he can just take off the mask and be like, look, yes, I'm a Spartan, but I'm one of you. And like just that human touch to it helps a lot. And I definitely felt like it was a good time for them to do it, because it just, things were ramping up, and it felt like it was well placed. It wasn't like a weird one off where like they're sitting there in a cantina and he's like, oh hey, by the way, I took off my helmet.
Yeah.
I'm Master Chief. Okay. And I don't
Wait,
think
how do I
it's
drink
gonna
this?
be yeah. Like I don't think it's gonna be something like that either. Like I don't think we're gonna continue to see like, oh, I'm taking off my mask now. I think, they'll do it where it has proper gravity for the situation, right? And it seems like they are trying to be cognizant of like doing it at a time that makes sense and not just making it some rote joke or like some sort of like throwaway joke or something.
Real quick, let me add something. I'm probably gonna get bashed by this, but I also watched it with my son. My son is 6, but
It's
he's
terrible.
he's a huge Halo fan. He loves Halo.
And he's a really
Yeah.
good player. He carries Sour Blow. He carries us, our team.
Yes, he does.
Yes, he
He's
does.
MVP every time we play.
So
Yep.
anyway, I was watching it with him, and he immediately,
Yeah.
like, first time Master Chief starts talking, he's like, "Daddy, that doesn't sound like Master Chief."
Yeah.
That
He's like,
kind of
you tell him his new chief? You tell him his new chief?
yeah.
Oh,
He
I
said,
just told. I forgot what I told him. I told him, no, what happened? It did something with the suit. I told him, right?
Did-
or something. He's
Did
like,
you
oh,
tell him
okay.
Orange is the new chief? And he
Orange
just looked
is
at
the-
you like,
No.
what?
No, terrible. Terrible joke, but yeah, no, yeah, his voice was a little bit, but yeah, crazy. What's up, man? Saw the first
Me?
episode. Yep.
Yes, I saw the first episode. Yeah, I had to watch it. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna go watch it. So yeah, I watched it, and yeah, I'll be honest with you. It's like I found how people say it's not a Halo. It's not like Halo. Hey, Sonic is not like Sonic. I mean, we played the Sonic games, and the story is not the same thing. I mean, Robotnik is from Earth, and usually Robotnik was invading their planet, stole all the animal friends, and made them into robots. So
That's why Sonic is
not.
terrible.
No, it's not. It's a great movie though. Sonic is
That was a
awesome.
No,
great
the movie.
That was a great movie.
movie.
That's a
Was
great movie.
amazing. I'm
Yeah,
so
yeah,
excited
the
for
movie's
the
great.
second one.
I
But
can't
that's a
wait for the
great
second one.
analysis. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a great analysis, Louis.
Yeah. So yeah, of course. Also, Witcher. That's another one. Which is not the same thing because Witcher carries 2 swords. Witcher has 2 swords, one for humans and one for the
Yep.
monsters they kill. He
Yep,
only
silver.
uses one sword. Yep, that's all he uses, one sword. That's it.
And
So
he doesn't
every-
look like Henry Cavill.
Yeah, he does.
It
He
looks.
No,
yeah.
what do you mean? In the books, he doesn't look
Yeah.
like Henry Cavill.
Oh, in the books.
no.
Oh no, in the books. No.
Why are you bringing up
Eh.
things that people did not read?
Yes.
Excuse me. The books are good. I'm one of those people that when I'm watching this show, I love The Witcher, but it just drives me nuts of the way things. But I get it. That's the same feeling that some people that are hardcore Halo fans or even like lore masters, right? That's how they may feel about the show.
Oh, and I just looked at the opening scene about because you mentioned about the minigun and stuff. Here's the thing, though: the guy who was shooting the minigun, he spattered the minigun and shoot because the elite were jumping everywhere, so he lost concentration on the shooting with the minigun. So that's what happened when because you were asking when Master Chief brought the hit minigun and started using it, just shot him all the way.
Yeah,
Destroyed
all of a
the
sudden
elite.
it works. All of a
No,
sudden bullets work.
But the thing was, after the elite came in because they were everywhere, they're jumping up the roof and everything. The guy was shooting everywhere. He did not concentrate fire because remember the elite have an armor. You gotta
That's a good
concentrate.
point.
Yeah, And so right after that, they started moving the car around and started shooting everywhere. And one of the elite guys run into it and poof, just flipped it over. So that's why the gun didn't work as much. But yeah, I was watching this and saying, well, she made a good point. But let me check if there's like something to it. But yeah, the series. What do I think about the Halo series? Oh man, I found it fun. The only thing I did not like was the first person CGI thing. I was like, why did I have to put that? I was like, why put this in just to be cool?
That's
But now
that's a little nod, man. I thought it was cool. But
I enjoyed it. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
And I was like,
I mean,
don't tell me.
it's like Terminator, right? When Arnold is scanning everything,
Nah,
the Terminator.
No,
It's like
because
putting you.
it's
It's
not.
like
No.
putting you in the
No.
scene.
no,
It's
no,
their way.
it holds up
Arnold-
so much better
No.
though.
Arnold
I don't
holds
know,
up so much better. Arnold's so much better.
It just feels jarring, like when it
RoboCop,
when he,
RoboCop.
touches, when he
Nope, not
touches
even
his
that.
head or whatever, and it flips to his view.
Yeah,
It
after
just-
to his view, I was like, what?
It's just kind of jarring. Like I get the idea that it's
it
cool,
look-
but it just
It's
felt
cool.
weird.
But
Just
when I
felt
saw it on Doom, I was like, why are they doing this on film? Because
It
it
felt
does
so
not look the same as a video game though. You just leave it like out of it. But then after that, the Elite, they look awesome.
yes.
The firefights, the way all of them worked out, like the whole team jumped in, that was awesome too.
Violent too.
I love what?
Dude, that
What?
It was violent. I was surprised
Yes.
how violent it was.
Oh,
Dude,
Yes,
the
yes, I
it
was
has to
shocked.
be violent. It
that
has to
very
be
first
violent
shot at the
because-
They were
beginning
doing drugs and all of a
takes
sudden the
the
hands coming off. Like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was a shocker to me. Also, I was like,
dude that shot
Yeah.
was
graphic.
talk about
Yeah.
jarring. That was
Did you cover your son's eyes? It's like,
No, I was
Oh,
No,
he's a bad dad.
You know what? It happened so fast. Unless I had like pre-watched it, I wouldn't have been able to catch that was coming. I didn't
Yeah.
expect someone's head was going to get blown
Yeah.
off.
When
oh,
that,
that was pretty cool. When I saw it, I was like, yes, it's like that. I like it. Yes, I got
when that
happy.
happened, when
Because-
that was happening, I was like, oh, maybe this is not
Yeah.
such a great idea.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
they went to the HUD, I was trying to see if there was like a free Game Pass code or something because they always hide stuff. I was like with my phone, I was like, can I put that code in?
You're like, all right, scan the bar. Oh, there's nothing.
I was like, "Ah."
But oh man, but hey, other than that, the series is pretty cool, and I love the way the story started. I love the way that he touched. What was the thing he grabbed? He grabbed like a. What
It was
it?
like an artifact
Object.
that he grabbed.
Yeah, oh, he
Like an
grabbed the
artifact.
that's the word, an artifact. When he grabbed the artifact, it just like brought him more into being more human. Because at the beginning of the show, you see the what's her name? Kuha. Was her name Kuha or something like that? The
Kwanha or something?
Kwanha, something like that. I don't remember. her name.
Kwanha, yeah.
Kwanha.
To not butcher her name, the girl in the main girl in the episode 1.
Let me
Yes.
just say, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, but there was a lot of main girls though, because
Well,
got
the one
you-
that Chief rescues.
you got that mean lady who say, man, that lady is so mean. I was like, no, KOS, I do not listen to that mean lady. Don't listen to her. I was like that, man. Seriously, I was like, no, KO, please don't listen to her, man. Oh, man.
Boxenberger was like,
And Boxenberger was like not taking orders. I was like,
No.
man, Boxenbergers don't take orders, because that's what I felt. Seriously, when it got to the sequence with the helmet, I was like, hey, and I grabbed myself and I was like, So I looked for Boxenberger's World to give me episode. I was like, damn it, that looks like Boxenberger.
It does. It really does.
Oh man, but yeah, I had fun. The show was really fun, and I'm gonna tell you something though. I can't wait for the second episode, because yeah, I'm gonna tell you, if it's gonna go to Halo, which is yes, we're gonna see. I think we're gonna see a Halo in the near future, because that's what the show is about. Is the Halo, the planet Halo. Once we get into it, then yes, we will see more of the pretty much the game story. But it's not going to be the same. It's never the same. And of course, Master Chief voice, nah, it's not going to be the same. It's going to be a whole other Master Chief, a whole other Master Chief universe.
this is younger Master Chief.
yeah,
Just like
younger
we had old Solid Snake, we have young Master Chief.
Master.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Okay,
So-
okay, then. But yeah, so it's pretty fun. I had fun with it, and really, if you're gonna be like, hey, this is not a Halo TV show, none of the movies are the same. I mean, look at the Resident. I don't want to say it, but Resident Evil went a different way. It started good. Second was, and the third one was, and just.
If we don't want to talk about video game movies because they are usually terrible and
Terrible.
not an accurate representation,
Oh,
not including Sonic and Detective Pikachu, because those were
And-
amazing.
yeah, that's
Great.
what
They
I
were
was.
good, yeah,
Mortal,
they were good.
Mortal Kombat was also good. The first Mortal
I-
Kombat.
Yes.
The first Mortal Kombat and the newest Mortal
Yes.
Kombat I liked. I didn't like
but
or care about the new character, but
but not the second one
Yeah.
where she goes, "Too bad you will die." I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
When I was like, "What?"
it holds a special place in my heart because
Yeah,
I
it
watched
does.
it, way back when, and like you just watch it now as an
Fighter,
adult,
Raul
and you're like,
No,
You also, you,
I,
you
I
also,
feel the new
you
one
also,
was. Oh, sorry.
you
I was
also-
gonna say-
I got robbed. So here's my thing with Street Fighter. We went to see Street Fighter.
Oh, Lord.
And this was in Brooklyn. We went to DeKalb Avenue, and we went to the movie theater. And I took my cousins and me, and literally we had some kids that were trying to pick on us. And unfortunately, I was over, like because my cousins were young, so they robbed my cousins when I went to the bathroom. They took their popcorn and everything. We saw this movie. Then when we got out, we were walking, and then somebody started shooting. So, and the worst part of this, I try to go into this children's place, and what do my cousins do? They lock the door, and I literally have to go under a car as they're continuing to. I don't know what these fights. Worst
So
movie
they
and
locked
worst
you
experience
out?
ever. So
Oh,
I went to
Lord.
see a terrible movie, and I almost died, and we got robbed of our popcorn.
Oh,
wow.
man.
a full experience.
Yeah,
Well,
you're,
it's-
you're
oh,
never
I
gonna
got the
forget
real
that
Street
movie.
Fighter. I got the real Street Fighter
Yeah,
experience.
you
Yeah.
did.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Oh,
you
man.
really had to run away from the Shadowloo.
Oh, Lord. That movie was so bad. Oh, man. Oh, but Raul Julia did a good job, though. We got to give him that.
Oh, I love Raul Julia, and I
Van
think his
Damme.
Spicer was great.
Rest
All
in
American
peace,
Rob Van Damme, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Van Damme.
Van Damme, yeah.
Yeah,
So- Oh.
Oh, you have one more thing about Halo?
I feel like
No,
Sour Blow was
I'm-
trying to say something for a
done.
while.
Oh no! What I was gonna say before was the new Mortal Kombat movie. I felt it was good, but it felt like it needed more budget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
the new character with the golden thing, I was like, we do not needed that. That was just an extra dude right there. I was like, no.
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
we do not need
that kind of deviated it and
Yes,
and
yes. That
made
was
I
the
did
only
it-
bad thing about it.
boring.
But
I didn't
Everything
like
else
Kano
was
either.
awesome.
Like
Hey.
Kano is they changed him like too much, too different. He was
oh,
too
but
clowny and stuff.
but I like the old Kano from the old Mortal Kombat. Now, that was a cool Kano.
Yeah,
Oh
He
yeah.
was
I mean,
good.
Yes.
you needed some, they wanted to put some comedy
Yeah.
in it. So
but
they had to
definitely
use-
for me the best part was the beginning, that interaction with Sub-Zero and
Scorpion.
Scorpion. Oh, that was
Yeah.
awesome.
that
Hell
was
yeah.
cool. That was good. That was good. All of that was good, man. I mean, telling you that movie was good, but just the extra guy that was like, nah, take, no, just,
Yeah.
take it out,
No,
take it out.
to kind of close it out
Yeah.
and give my thoughts quickly on the Halo, I agree everything that you said.
Yeah.
I thought the Master Chief, I came in with, an open mind. I always go like this
Yeah.
because I separate the games from the movies, but I do
Yeah.
want some nods, right? I'm excited for The Last of Us. I want to see what they do with that, with Pedro Pascal. And when I saw this, I was like, okay. I didn't want it to, at first I was a little bit afraid when they first started. I was like, hope it's not like a sci-fi channel budget movie. I was like, you know what I'm talking about. People that watch
Yeah,
sci-fi channel, they have this
sci-fi.
like
Oh, yes.
look, this feel, right? And I loved that first person HUD. And then when I saw the elites, I was like, let me look up. I actually zoomed in. I did the zoom in, little camera zoom in. I was like, oh, let me see how these look. And I was like, okay, I was impressed. I'm sad. I'm sad because I like Blue Team. I read the books, so that he has Silver Team now in this canon. But
Yeah.
I'm excited overall to see where it goes, especially when he hit that artifact and he hit his I want them to dive into not only John,
Yeah.
but one thing I was saying is I want us to also give us the perspective. We saw how ruthless the USNC was, right? So I want them to dive deeper into Oni, the kind of the CIA of that world, and some of the shady stuff that they did, the stuff that Halsey did, and really, really drive that drama. I think it's good for TV to really give us kind of that look and make us, see her in a different perspective. And I think the TV series is great for that versus the video games. So I definitely want to see those things explored more. And then I want to know how this human ended up hanging out with the Covenant. You know what I'm saying? Like, this human here knows how to talk to them and everything. So I definitely want to know what's up with that, how they're going to tie that into what type of Halo lore. And maybe they bring some, they continue to give us some, cool little hints. I mean, I still want to see Cortana. We all saw Cortana, and so I can't wait for that point. But
Yes.
overall, I'm excited for the show. We waited for this since 2013 when they announced this. So,
Yeah.
I want to see tomorrow episode 2 drops. So I'm definitely excited to
It's
jump into episode
tomorrow.
2. Yeah,
Is it
yeah.
tomorrow? Oh
Yeah.
no.
So,
Good.
hopefully the hype continues. They do this good job. Of course, I believe that this is such an iconic character that you have to do the best and put in the best spotlight. You just can't just throw him out there and just make the movies that we used to get with a lot of many, characters that we knew in the past. But yeah, that's about
Yeah.
it.
All I have to say is I will root for KO Sanjay to not listen to that mean lady. KO, do not listen to that mean lady. Please don't.
Hey,
Oh
Osante,
man.
man, I still need your barber so my beard could look as slick as yours, man. Cool.
So
So
guys,
that is it, man. Crazy
yeah.
Lou, how about you take us down as we're landing this nice
Yes.
flight,
Yeah, this was a pretty fun. This was a pretty fun show, Vanessa. Thank you so much for coming tonight. Really awesome guest. Had lots of fun. Really, it's pretty cool to know your voice acting stuff. Oh man, that was awesome. Everything was awesome. Really, thank you so much for being with us tonight. Really enjoyed your
Thank you
company.
so much for having me.
Seriously. So we are now landing, right? So let's start with our dear friend Vanessa. Tell us where we can find you.
Oh man, here's my shameless plugs. Everywhere, all over social media, it's at Nessa Lobos. So just chop my name in half, and you get the coolest parts. At Nessa Lobos, VO on Twitter, at Nessa Lobos on Instagram, LinkedIn, all of it. Where?
MySpace?
Oh no. You don't get to see the old MySpace pictures. That was a different time, different phases. But yeah, definitely feel free. Look me up, link up, and if you have any questions, especially if you want to get into voiceover and things like that, I will be happy to help you and point you in the right direction.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And again, Vanessa, thank you for being on the show. Really, thank you so much. And now let's head to Mr. Joanna Dog. Where can people find you, dear sir?
First, I want to say, Vanessa, thank you for taking the time to come on. I know you're like, I work with you, dude. The last thing I want to do is podcast, right? But thank you for sharing as well, what you do, the amazing job you do at Xbox, and just coming on and telling your story as well. Voice acting, the mom and pop shop stuff. So it's great to hear that story. Yeah, you can find me on Twitter, big_n_boss. You can hit me up in the DMs. You can talk to me there. I'm always there, just talking to the community. And if you ask me, if you need help, I will tell you get the Reporter Problem app. So I'm always happy to tell you that as well. If you DM me with some issues. Then, of course, on Tuesdays, I am on the Xbox Factor podcast with 10K Boom, along with Boxenberger, excuse me, not Chaosante. See, you got me Chaosante because of Halo. Excuse me. Mav, Pong Soul, Boxenberger, VJ, Mav, just having a good time, out there hanging with those guys and that community. And then, of course, on Wednesday, I'm here along with my brothers here, Crazy Lou, Sour Blow, Silent Cypher on Xbox International. And then tomorrow, I hang out with, of course, Albert and Jasmine, my two friends and, of course, colleagues, as we record the Nickel Gaming Show. And we always have discussions about how I think, and we're gonna tell this real quick, Vanessa. I think that Tifa and Aerith are the goats of Final Fantasy, and Lightning is nothing. There we go. I said it.
Oh,
I have no opinions except I might lose followers now, but I think Final Fantasy VII is extremely overrated.
Oh, I think so too because I love 6.
yes.
Cool.
Okay.
You're muted.
So
Oh.
I know. No, I just So, Silent Cypher, where can we find you, my dear brother?
All right, so you can find me on Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, Xbox Live, all as Silent Cypher. And you can catch me here on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern, playing XBI with all of you awesome gentlemen. And Vanessa, truly, thank you so much for being here tonight. It was great to talk to you about voice acting and stuff, especially as someone who has always kind of looked into that but never actually dove into it. It's cool to get some take on that. What's that?
Dude, let me tell you, I think you have I think you have an amazing voice
Thank
for
you.
voiceover.
Yes.
Honestly, if you're a big reader, also, audiobooks is another big avenue.
You can be like the
Yes.
next Morgan Freeman.
No, Darth Vader. He can be the next Darth Vader.
He
I-
could have
I
been
will try.
Master
General
Chief, but
Jones.
he didn't.
Yeah.
I know. I was
Yep,
so
that-
bummed. I was like,
Hey.
oh, that voice, I can do that voice.
Hey,
but
man. No,
Fine.
no. Boxenberger is just, remember,
I
Boxenberger
know.
stole someone's girlfriend before. That's the
Well,
full story.
that's the
Yep.
No,
problem.
but he was
right,
just
is
gonna do
he's
the
got-
voice acting when he puts
That's
the
the problem.
helmet
is
on.
He's
Just
got
with
the
the helmet.
looks. I've got the voice. So if you combine myself and Boxenberger, we make one Master Chief.
Oh,
The
that's cool,
ultimate
that's cool,
Master.
yeah. Boxenberger with the looks and Brian with the voice. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
But yeah, no, thank you so much, and hopefully sometime we can talk more about that side of things if you ever have a chance. Be awesome to hear some more details about that.
Absolutely.
How about you, my dear brother Sauerblow alias Peluca? Where can we find
Oh my
you,
God.
brother?
Well, first of
Control.
all, thank you, Vanessa, for hanging out with us, and thank you for answering our questions, sharing your story. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And you can find me Twitter and Xbox Sauerblow18. You can find me Tuesday in the Gaming Lobby podcast. It's a Spanish speaking podcast. I'm there with Crazy Lou and our friend Yo Soy King Cobra, which he normally doesn't show up, but
He's a legend, man.
he's part of the team. And that's at Sauerblow Gaming in YouTube, so you can follow us there. And obviously here every Wednesday. And yeah, that's basically where you can find me.
That's cool, man. That's cool. So now, I guess it's time to go. It's time for the crazy ones outro, right? Let me get ready for this.
Oh wait.
Oh my
Uh-oh.
god. Oh my
No,
god. Get the
I'm
timeout ready. Get the
Get ready for
timeout.
timeout.
No, I love it. You gotta prep. You gotta go out
Yeah.
strong.
You see? Yeah. See? Yeah. I'm telling you.
Is this an addition? Do you think this is an addition?
Oh, no. Just in case, if Vanessa gets a chance, she's like, hey, let me bring out Crazy Lou over there. Crazy Lou, yeah. No,
Hey, yeah, I know a crazy guy.
Yeah, I know Crazy guy can do all this. But hey, guys, where can you find the crazy one? That is really, really super easy. You can find him at Twitter at Crazy Louis Gaming, where I dance, I take showers, I wear wigs, I put shaving cream, I do hello, Paul. So, Mrs. Doubtfire. What else
You
do
mean
I
you
do?
look like Elton John, like a bootleg
Yes.
Elton John?
Yes.
Hey, I have my Elton John glasses and my Joey Meatball hat over there. I have all that stuff over there. Yeah, I can wear it another episode, wear it. Or I can do ponytails since I got long hair now. Put a bunch of ponytails. That would look pretty cool. Me in an episode with a bunch of ponytails, that'd be pretty nice.
You
Because
look like Danny DeVito?
Danny DeVito. Did Danny DeVito? Oh, from Twins. Yeah, he wore a ponytail from Twins. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I could do that. Yes. Oh, why? But why Danny DeVito? God. But hey, you can find me at Crazy Louis Gaming on Twitter, and also you always can find me here on Wednesdays with my brother, Mr. Joanna Dark, my other brother, Silent Cypher, and alias Peluca, my other brother, Sauerblow Gaming, here on Xbox Internationals every Wednesdays at 7 p.m. And also on Tuesdays, with the Spanish community with me, Sauerblow, and Yo Soy King Cobra in Gaming Lobby at Sauerblow Gaming YouTube channel. So guys, always remember this: love the gaming, stop the hating, play your video games and love them. And yes, as I always say, remember, let's go, let's rock, and let's get crazy. Yes, see y'all next week. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the XBI Podcast. Please make sure to like and subscribe on the way out. We'll see you next time.